Welcome, welcome, one and all astrology lovers. So happy to have you here with me on this darkest night of the year in the Northern Hemisphere and the lightest night of the year in the Southern, or I should say lightest day, but I don't think it really matters, right? Welcome in, everybody. We are about to really dive into some deep wisdom. This has been a very powerful day for me. And it's been a pretty good day, actually, which is very strange. Anyway, hi, everybody. It looks like my camera's off just a little bit. Let me toss it on over so it's kind of centered there. There we go. All right. Welcome, soul family, brothers and sisters. I am Chanda Sparkles, intuitive evolutionary Hellenistic astrologer, death doula minister, and sound activator, galactic shaman. So happy you're here. So very happy. I just have to give it up to Calm Whale, as in a whale that swims through the oceans. They have an incredible sound frequency going that I'm using here in the background. It's actually live right now for the winter solstice gateway that we are stepping into. I'm so happy to be here with you all tonight. This is going to be a very powerful evening. I feel it. Welcome to Capricorn season. Capricorn season is all about diligence. And I feel like this Capricorn season, unlike any we have had ever in our lifetime, is going to be extremely challenging, but nothing that we can't overcome. Okay? We are climbing the mountain. If you didn't know, the goat is the totem for Capricorn. It's an earth cardinal energy. It's an initiator. It's a go-getter. It's a determined energy to bring spirit into matter. To be able to really step in to creating in the physical realm. That is Capricorn. It's like the CEO, the corporate giant of your spiritual spa, or maybe you're building a family even, because opposite of Capricorn, which we always speak to the opposition, is Cancer. And Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. Cancer is the nurturer. And both Capricorn and Cancer, both they are about your ancestral, okay? Cancer being about your deep, long ancestral, maybe even your galactic ancestral, and Capricorn more being about the tried and true of what has worked for you and your ancestors in the spiritual realm here in the 3D physical. Because we can sit here and say, okay, yeah, we're star seeds, we're light workers, we're spiritual folks, but we're really all just humans in a flesh suit, cruising through this life, having an experience. We are creation at play. Every single one of us, from the darkest of dark to the lightest of light, we are all simply creation at play. And we didn't come here to play small. Capricorn doesn't play small. They want to be the leaders. They want to be the triumphants over whatever it is that they are building. They are builders. We're going to be doing quite a bit of building throughout this season and traversing the energy of what is it that I want for 2025? What is it that I'm creating for 2025? Realizing that this is a process. You know, it is, the story of the zodiac is so magical and amazing, you know, and as a soul astrologer, someone who bases on your soul evolutionary path, what your soul chose to do before you came into this incarnation, it's very internal. It's an internal process that only you can do with the assistance of others, right? But you come into this life by yourself, and you're going to leave this life by yourself. When you're speaking of the aspect of self that's in this physical body, remembering multiple aspects of self happening in multiple timelines, in multiple dimensions, in multiple forms, all at one time. So some say it's like 15%, 16% of the soul fractal is in the physical realm of, like, you know, of this incarnation, of Chanda, the avatar, as I speak to myself as an example. But I feel we have way more than that, because I feel we are the train conductor of all aspects of self. Okay? We're in charge. If you looked at, like, you're in charge, you're the train conductor of your train, and each car is different aspects of self happening all at the same time. Not in linear, right? On linear, it's kind of like, okay, we got to deal with time. We got to deal with calendars. We got to deal with, you know, this kind of stuff. But when you look at it at a higher consciousness level, bringing up that eagle eye view, like the Scorpio highest totem would do, then you are the train conductor to all those cars and all those aspects of self. So you are the one that's in the control seat. And you call all power back to center. All aspects of self back to center. Please, my loves, call it all the way back to center. And they will hear and they will call upon you as well in those timelines. Remembering, even in this incarnation, if it's 10%, 20%, whatever percentage it is of the fractal that's in this flesh suit, you know, you just never know. No one really knows. And if somebody's trying to tell you they do know, they're full of shit. You can only tap into yourself and know what you feel. And these are my experiences. So I've been doing this little thing called astrology for around 10 years now. And I love it because it's a spiritual soul mission of mine. You know, I chose in this lifetime to do this way later in life, you know? But I've always loved the stars and the cosmos, and I've always been an advocate for humanity because I want to see and will, thank you, Spirit, you will, not want. Don't use want, it's not a good word. Okay, thanks. You will see a utopian society. It will happen for our descendants. So tonight we are going to speak to Capricorn new moon. We're going to pull up the chart, explain the chart so that you can have a better understanding of what that means for you. Then we'll also do a winter solstice blessing, which we're going to open with. And we would appreciate it if you all would get very comfortable. Throw us up, cast us up on your big screen, get you a nice hot cup of cacao or to get you a cup of tea and have a little snack, because this is a journey of light codes that we share together. So I can feel as an intuitive. I can see, sense, smell. And normally I can really embody your highest selves if you're tapping into me, because this is a joint thing, you know, you and me, you know, we're both doing this journey together as we go through this. Okay. Now, If you are on Facebook or YouTube, please share. That is all about caring. If you are on Facebook and you want to be more involved in the chat with all the amazing moderators and the amazing folks that are in the chat, please come over to Chanda Sparkles Astrology YouTube. The links are all over my Facebook, so you can find the link pretty easily. It's always pinned at the top in one of the last posts that I made in the comments. If you're in one of the Facebook groups, please come on over to the YouTube. Plus, that is how you can support me in my work. Just being on YouTube, huge deal. Okay. And then remember, you can also share on YouTube and on Facebook. We are not doing any giveaways right now, just simply because I'm kind of in a little bit of a... Spirit told me, gosh, I don't even know how long ago it was now. Was it last year or the year before? They said, you better start getting used to not being able to stick to a schedule because it's almost impossible nowadays. I do my best to be here every single Tuesday night, but sometimes that doesn't happen and we show up on different nights and that's just the way it is. But you will never miss a gathering of light-coded sharing that we do with you if you just hit that little bell on YouTube and the notifications come right to your phone and you know, okay, she's live. Let's jump on and see if there's any messages from Spirit for me. Because the way this works is I'm tapping into your energy. I'm tapping into who you are at a soul level, and I'm allowing myself to be an open vessel of love and light to send you what is needed. Not taking away from the shadow, though, because sometimes the shadow needs to speak as well. Everything in unification. All right, so let's just say hi to everybody who's here in the chat for the Capricorn Solstice New Moon Blessing event. Don't forget to say thank you to all the moderators. We love and appreciate you being here. Hi, Karen. So glad you're here. Yay. I'm excited that you're here, Jeremy. Jeremy's an amazing channel out of Wisconsin. So if you happen to be, connecting with him, definitely check out his work. He is very talented. Love him. We're going to do something together soon. All right. And yeah. Okay, Robin, be very careful. We're going to place a shield over you and every car outside of that and every car outside of that to make sure that you are in a triple, quadruple type of protection bubble as you are listening as you're driving. So please be safe. Let's see here. And hey, Julie is in the house. What's up, Julie? So glad to see that you're here. I know, guys, it's a different day. It's like, I'm sorry, but this is just how it rolled. So this is what we're doing. Calmwell is such a great YouTube channel. And if you wanted to, you can always put Calmwell on the background. But they have a live one going right now. It's called... Let me just pull it up and I'll just tell you. I know it's for the winter solstice because they almost always on the event of the day of the event, whatever the Sabbath is, they have one going. Solstice Sessions Return to the Light, 12/21. So let's speak to the numerology of 12/21. Holy crikey, that is Christ consciousness energy. Okay. So when you're dealing with ones and twos, no matter. It doesn't matter what it means. You just always know on days that have ones and twos, it's always going to be a very high frequency lit day. And I bet if you'd like to put it in the comments, I bet that you've had some pretty interesting things unfold today. Because ones and twos, always powerful. Always. We can have powerful days every single day. But some days, ones and twos, I've noticed over the years, are just crazy powerful. They just are. And the number of 3 is about birthing. So because you take the 1 and a 2 and you add it, you get a 3. So it's a 3-3 day, right? It's a powerful day. It really, really is. And let's see what else we have. I know I'm kind of in the dark. I don't have a lot of bright lights in my face today because it's been very challenging for me here recently. And I just can't deal with the lights. My eyes are extremely sensitive. I have a hard time when it's real bright in my eyes if I'm kind of going through stuff. But I'm here because the best thing that you can do on the longest night of the year, and you could have the longest night of the year for yourself in the middle of, let's just say, April or something like that. We're speaking to the metaphysical energy of it. Whenever you have those long night days, feeling that shadow, feeling that real deep inner stuff that's coming up that may not even be yours kind of energy, right? It's always good to tone everything down. Let's not have everything so bright. Let's not have everything so loud even, like really kind of come back into stillness. Winter solstice is about stillness. It's about realizing that we are germinating. We are the land now I'm speaking from the northern hemisphere, but I'm not disacknowledging, is that a word? I'm not ignoring you folks in the southern hemisphere, because it's still the energy, okay? Even though you're welcoming in the summer, because you've been in the spring welcoming the summer, it's still the metaphysical energy of the astrology. It's still that stillness, it's still that retreat within time period when you're into the winter and summer solstice. And yay! Speaking of, she's out of New Zealand. That's right. Everybody, please put where you're from in the comments. And by the way, I have all of your Facebook and your YouTube comments. They all come in on one chat for me. So, and if I miss you as I'm going through this, the channel and speaking to everything, I always at the end, I come back and I read every single one. I promise you I do. Oh, yes. Please like, subscribe, comment. That's right. And if you would like to share a cup of coffee with me, I am not monetized. If you want to share something that, just a little thank you, if this does anything for you, it helps me to pay for the postage and the giveaways that we do monthly. Most months. We're going to say most months. Okay. So we do that. Okay, Timothy. Hey, Timothy. So glad that you're here. Remember, folks on Facebook, would love it if you'd come over to the YouTube. So many more people are in the chat over there. Okay, let's see. Karen D. Hey, girl. Sparkle in the house from Arizona. Yes. So cool. Days with 1 and 2s are always powerful. Yes. I'm so glad you had the sun out today, too. Now, if you are new, I am, I'm down here on Padre Island. It's Corpus Christi Padre Island, not South Padre Island. And I truly, it's not really cold outside. I think it was 70 today, 68, 70, something like that. So I do tap in to you northerners. I'm kind of tapping into their darkness, their stillness, the ground going dormant, and you feeling I feel like these little earth beings, and they kind of look like they're not gnomes, although they could be, but they're just kind of like these little earth beings, and they're really tiny. And I feel like they really come out and they're hanging out, and they walk straight through little tunnels, and I see them in the earth when it's cold. That's their time. It's almost like a husky loves to be in the cold, but they don't come out when it's hot. So I've got these little earth beings. I don't even know what they are, but I've always tapped into these little earth beings, and they've been coming around. They're almost like fairies, but they don't have wings. They tunnel themselves. And they handle the germinating of the soil as everything begins to fall away and go dormant. Very interesting. I was thinking about them yesterday, and I was like, let's tap into those guys. I don't even know what to call them. They're just beings that I've always kind of tapped into around this time. So we'll see what they've got to say, okay? Let's see. Soft light, low sound. Yes, very good. Happy winter solstice to everyone. Jeremy's out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Thank you. Thank you for saying where you're from. I appreciate that. Oh, I love you. Thank you. I've got my winter solstice I haven't worn this yet. I was saving it for winter solstice. Okay, so let's go. Enough about me. Let's get into what can help you. All right, so let's go ahead and do this winter solstice blessing. All of the area, the stones, the crystals, the runes, the cards, everything has been smudged, cleansed, and set in my four-sided Russian pyramid over here. So everything is very prepped. I'm a little bit of an OCD person when it comes to that stuff. And we do have one of Amy Ulrich's beautiful, oh my gosh, so many wonderful herbs, leaves, flowers. Amy Ulrich, I love you, out of Washington, D.C., who she's so lovely. She grows a lot of these in her garden, and then she forages the rest of them, and she brings them, sends them to me for my birthday every year in November. So I just want to burn a little of this sage just before we start this winter solstice little blessing and speak to the winter solstice. Then we're going to look at the chart. Then we're going to call on the pirates. This is what I'm seriously, really, okay, the pirates. I also channel a pirate. He can get a little risque, so I don't know if he's coming through or what, but pirates are here. Interesting. Okay, here we go. Breathe in the golden pink light for the winter solstice, please. Golden pink light. Golden pink light on the in-breath. On the in-breath. On the in-breath. There we go. Very good. Good, good. Now we can feel. Oh, we can feel that moving through your field. And we're going to take some of that from you. Yes. Hand it to us. We're going to pull it out slowly. We won't jerk it. Okay? Shite muka hai naki shite moe. Inuka shite muka inai. Shite no kai shite mukana shite mukana shite mukana shite mukana shite mukana shite mukana. Oh shite muka. Ku shite ku shite muka. Shituka shituka shituka. Ooh, shit, go kai mo koi it's go what you do why what shit mo kai and na shit mo kana yes shit ona kai no shit mo kana hai ran mashate ramba shat hai ino kai she ona shit mo kai na ona shit mo na ke you know shit mo na Some of you are feeling the tingles that are going above your head there. Just go ahead and let that roam on out like a flower or a starburst or a sparkler. Let it all just kind of... And that golden pink light for winter solstice. Very powerful light. Thank you, in Lakesh. Very good. Okay, now let's read this little winter solstice. If you'd like to get one of these books, they're just wonderful. I've had this for many years. It's called The Book of Blessings and Rituals by Athena Parakis. All right. So, in the month of December, the hush descends across the land. Turn the great wheel from fall to winter brings a hush of stillness and permission to slow it all down. While family gatherings and travel plans can make the month a little stressful, December offers respite from the rush of the rest of the year. To the extent possible, carve out that time and space for yourself and your loved ones. Light candles around your home and turn off the electronics every evening. Gathering around the fireplace or your winter solstice Yule log, or your Christmas tree if you celebrate Christmas. The energy of December is connected to Christ consciousness, which is the spirit of grace and loving kindness that permeates our human experience. We often find ourselves in a more loving and generous and open mood. We want to be more compassionate, giving and forgiving of others. Our best selves emerge and hope is rekindled. But remember, For those that have lost loved ones, this can be a difficult month. The antidote to sadness is service. Someone write it in the comments. The antidote to sadness is service. So if your heart is hurting during the holiday season, find a way to engage in philanthropy. Give. Efforts. Create. Give your time to someone else who is also hurting or suffering in some sort of way. The spirit of the month may help you find grace through service to others. Let the whole family participate in decorating the home, doing your organic foods, organic materials. It's a sacred space. Making your home magical for the holidays doesn't have to be expensive. It can be affordable. Put the emphasis on together and honoring sacred traditions. The more you rest and restore your soul now, the more prepared you will feel come spring. Enjoy the tender warmth of the winter's embrace. All right, so here's the blessing. So if you will, just continue to breathe in the light and just honor this blessing. And then we're going to go into the chart of the Capricorn full moon. And then afterwards, we will pull the cards. This is a Yule blessing and invocation. Great Spirit, Mother Earth, and Father Sky, as we celebrate this day of Yule, with its festive music, lights, and feasts, we honor the passing of our sacred winter solstice and watch in an awe as the great wheel turns toward winter, summer in the southern hemisphere. Through the longest nights or the longest days, please help our bodies find rest in this stillness. Our souls find wisdom in the silence, and our hearts find hope in the sky's brightest stars. Through the coldest of days, as we call back the warmth of the sun and the return of the light, may we rejoice in the year's abundant blessings. For Yule is both a beginning and an end, and darkness and the light, our year is divided in two. Our commitments for this year are sealed and finished. Our plans for the year ahead, unfolding and becoming. Bless us as we heal within during the season of rest. Amen, aho, and so it is in Lakesh. Namaste. Okay. I feel like we kind of maybe if you're sitting in your seat, just kind of move the energy a little bit. It's always good to roll your shoulders, move the head, kind of just let your body feel into these codes as they are incoming, because it's a lot of energy going on here. Okay. Whew. And I need this. Okay. You know what I didn't do? I didn't put the TikTok on. Holy cow. Why didn't I do that? Well, it's all right. Let's just do it real quick. I totally forgot. TikTok, poor TikTok. Okay, there we go. Hey, everybody on TikTok. Don't forget to come over to Chanda Sparkles Astrology on YouTube. We are live, and we would love for you to come and join us. Otherwise, just hang out right here. We've already done the blessing and the invocation for winter solstice, blessed solstice, but we are about to dive into the Capricorn full moon chart, new moon chart, and we'd love for you to check it out. You can see all the annotations over at Chanda Sparkles Astrology. Okay, so hi. Thanks for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. Okay, yes, I got it. Well, I say stop it. Okay. All right. So sorry, guys. Let's do this. Happy winter solstice to you, Wendy. Gracious greetings, Kiki Law. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry if I've missed some of you. Hi, Sandy. The antidote for sadness is service. Hello, blessed solstice to you, Deborah Williams, and Rebecca's here. You're so very welcome. Remember, if you are on Facebook, there's a lot more people over on the YouTube. So Chanda Sparkles Astrology, just pop on over. The link's right there. It's always like in the very last post that I posted in the comments if you want to come over. If not, just hang out. But if you want to be more interactive, we have lovely moderators that, if you have questions or anything like that, they're all over on Chanda Sparkles Astrology YouTube. Would appreciate that. Okay, Sherry, hey, how's it going? How's it going? Awesome. So glad you're here. You missed the invocation, so you'll want to come back and do the prayer and the blessing and the opening. Now we're going into the chart. Okay. So what is interesting, I do have some notes in my calendar that I'd like to just kind of like hit real quick. So this is a fated time, very fated, as the sun is in square to the nodes of fate. Now through, I think it's about the 22nd, 23rd. I'm going to tell you guys, this is not the easiest of Christmases as far as astrologically. It's going to be a bit challenging. It could get a little bit wonky, and it may already have. This is not an easy time period, but it doesn't mean that we can't overcome it. I'm always looking to that optimism. Sagittarius. We have just come out of Sagittarius season. Sagittarius is all about jovialness and optimism and looking, for the bigger picture. And, sometimes they can blow it up, right? And we have Mercury in Sag that's still in retrograde shadow. Although Mercury's gone direct, it's still in shadow until I think the 2nd or the 3rd, but we can look at that too. This Mars retrograde is what's throwing the big boomerang into all of this. Mars retrograde is tough. It's in Leo, and Leo is all about the heart. It's all about what do you love, what lights you up. So Mars going within, which rules your passions, your drive, what gets you up out of bed, kicks you in your ass to get you moving. Mars is saying to you, okay, what is it that you love? What does your heart want? What is it you truly want? It's not about superficial love. It's about, this is what lights me up. And we're going to be experiencing a lot of different things about what lights us up just until Mars re-enters Cancer. Then that's going to be a whole different kind of energy around family, nurturing, where you live, what's going on. Many people are moving, myself included. There are many big moves happening now, and there are many people that leave the planet. This is where they take their exit, and their soul says, I have achieved everything that I need to achieve in this incarnation. So these are time periods that are going to be a bit challenging, but just know, especially if you've experienced a loss recently, if somebody has passed, and my deepest love and heart healing strength, I always send to those. I am a death doula, so I do help people who are in transition or their loved ones after transition. So you're welcome to reach out to me about that. And that is my ministry. And I do not charge for those services at all. Never will, never did. This is my ministry. If you're someone who's, stage 3 cancer or whatever, you come here, you stay with me. We'll take care of you. We'll help you to learn how to get up out of the body, help you to feel more comfortable with leaving the body. And if you've lost someone or lost a loved one, please reach out, because we have a lot of tools that maybe you haven't thought of, a lot of things that you can do to kind of help your grief process along. But I often say, if you're in it really thick, you want to give it at least 30 days, maybe even 60. I will know immediately when I speak to you if I'll say, I don't think you're ready for this yet. Let's wait a little bit. It's too close to when your loved one has passed. So, you can always reach out to me for that too. Okay. I don't know. Somebody needed to hear that. Maybe somebody's lost somebody here recently. Oh, no. Okay. Please ignore the lady on... I can't take that stuff right now. Okay. If this Clara Mary reader on Facebook, she's a spammer. Just ignore her. Don't ever trust people that do that. I would never contact you or say I've seen somebody around you or anything like that. Just never trust anybody like that. Hi, everybody on TikTok. Please double tap that screen for me if you will. I'd appreciate it. And remember, if you want to see me annotate the chart, if you want to see everything that's going on over on YouTube, Chanda Sparkles Astrology, the link is right there. Okay, so now that we got that far, Mars is going to be retrograde until it'll come out. Let me just I've got some dates here. So like if you're into like, I need to know the dates on these things. I've got all my dates written down. So let's just go ahead. Mars is going to ingress Cancer on the 6th of January. So that will be a big change. We're talking about fixed fire Leo into cardinal water Cancer, which is very crabby. You know, that this makes people more, you know, Mars, when he goes retrograde, he's closer to the planet. So anytime these planets are going retrograde, and it appears to be retrograde, it's not literally retrograde, you know, when you're looking at the heliocentric astrology, which is a whole different way of looking at things. But we're looking at the astrological transits as if, you know, we are on Earth looking up at everything, including the sun. So it's like the energy vibration of that planet increases because it's closer to us, you see. Okay, so on the 6th of January, and then it's going to go direct, Mars direct on 2/23, February the 23rd. Remembering, it's going to be in shadow until, I believe it's May 1st. That's what I think. I can't even write my own chicken scratch. So it's going to ingress back into Leo on 4/17 and then out of shadow on May 1st. Okay, so that's going to be a big, long transit that we're not used to. See, Mars, he doesn't normally take that long to do. I mean, he's not hanging out in signs this long. You know, he's normally through the sign within about 5 weeks or so. So it's kind of a big deal. This is an energy signature. Every time, you know, so like when we look at a beginning of a year, we look at the energy signature of what everything's doing to kind of base on what can be expected. And you know, you can't really predict specifics, although sometimes you can. But, you know, it's kind of like you just know, okay, the energy is going to be a little crazy. Maybe I'm not going to plan my trip during that time, you know, or you know that this is going to be a little extreme because Mars is going to be transiting my first house of Cancer. So it's going to be affecting everything. So it's real important you also know your chart. If you haven't looked up your chart, astrograph.com, it's created by Henry Seltzer, genius astrologer, and it's the best intuitive for people who are not astrologers. It really helps you to understand everything about your own chart. It breaks down everything for you in paragraphs that you can read and kind of absorb. And I really love it. It's good stuff. You know, that's not what I use, but that's what I learned on when I was first starting. It's good stuff. Okay. So also a couple more dates for you. So Chiron is about to go direct on the 29th. All right. So Chiron is slowing down right now. Chiron is the wounded healer. It brings back, it bounces back us anything that had to do with like the core essence wounds. Often I say, once you figure out what your Chiron wound is, your whole life will change. Everything will shift because you're like, that's why, right? So you always want to look and see where your Chiron's at. Chiron is in Aries, by the way, okay? Currently in the sky, not your specifics, although it could be. All right, so we have Neptune going direct July the 4th. Uranus will go direct January the 30th. So these planets are all starting about going direct, okay? Like they've been retrograde for a while now. They're all going to start going direct, you know, slowly, one after another. And when you have direct planets, that's when movement happens. When you have retrograde planets, that's when it's more of an inward process. And sometimes you may have like blocks or things will come up that's like, shit, I got to do all that over. I got to do this again. It's normal right now for to have to, and like you're going to have like things come up in family that's very painful, because Chiron, the wounded healer, often deals with deep inner child type of pains that you have to figure out what that is so that you can create the medicine. So I'll give you an example. I have Chiron in Aries. I just came through and I am still kind of like in it, but I don't always wear Jesse's ashes. I love this though, that I got this. It has a beautiful blue, galactic blue stone on it. But when I start going through stuff, I'm like, oh, get my husband out and put him on my skin here to help guide me. You know what I'm saying? Do the extra things that are comforting for you during this time, because Chiron is very wounding. It's like, oh my gosh, that hurts. Jupiter going to go direct in February as well. So that'll be February the 4th. Let's see what else. I think I got everything. Oh, and Uranus is going to go direct January 30th. But this is the thing. Next year, Uranus is going to enter into Gemini. Okay? That's going to be amazing. That's going to be so much information, so much. Like, it's just going to, have you ever met a Gemini? They're just like, they're doing a million things. They talk. They're always got 2 or 3 jobs going. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, where Pluto just entered. Okay. And then we're also going to have not only Uranus is moving, but we also have Saturn as well as Neptune ingressing into Aries. Neptune will ingress March the 30th. Saturn will ingress May 25th, but they're right there with each other. These are big planets that take many, many years to just go through one sign. Okay? Well, Saturn's 2.5 years, a little over 2.5 years. But Neptune's 14 years just to get through one sign, and it's in its ruler. So it's going to enter into Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. This is monumentally changing everything. And it's going to change so when all these outer planets that take a lot longer, because they're way far out there, right? They take longer to go around the zodiac. The cycle takes longer. So when all these outer planets start moving into Earth and fire, think about the air and fire. They were in earth and water for many, many years. And now everything is shifting. Everything is changing. Fast, spirit, passionate. We're going to get genius telepathy coming in. I have already been getting a lot of this. A lot of higher consciousness energy and understanding coming through if you stay lit. And if you keep your vessel clean, seriously, if you keep your vessel clean, I'm not saying you have to be perfect all the time. Of course, every once in a while, you got to eat the cake. But I'm just saying, do your best. Drink coconut water, So good for you. Do those extra things. Drop the Cokes. Like, seriously, if you're still drinking Cokes or sodas, you need to stop that. And if you have to have a glass of wine here and there, okay. But just remember what you're inviting every time you do. You open yourself. It's like alcohol is a spirit. It's an open portal to bring in something you may not want. Just saying. You could attract a wrong energy. But at the same time, you're a powerful spiritual multidimensional being, and you can program it if you know how to do it. Okay. Okay. So this was another thing that I have found, because I go and I look up the heliocentric, which means the sun is at the center of the chart, where versus the moon. The earth is at the center of this chart at the regular. Anyway, I looked this up in the helio, and it's kind of interesting that on the 11th of May of 2026, because I started looking way ahead, because I'm trying to figure out when this is going to lighten up. All planets all the planets are going to be at 1 to 2 degrees of their signs, wherever they're going throughout the zodiac. So I want everybody to just go ahead and duly note right now that 11th of May, you know, and it probably is going to be like a week or two before and after, like they're going to be in there. But the 11th of May is a very powerful day. And I think that is when, because when I started trying to figure out what this was, I said, I think that is when we'll see the beginnings of the done. So like May 11th, mark it on your calendar, mark it in your mind. That's going to be a very powerful day of things finally moving. Because this is the thing, when planets come in and they're at 0 degrees, it's like being in a void. Okay, 0 degrees is a void. It's the unknown on steroids. You got to let those planets kind of get into 1, 2 degrees to where we can kind of start understanding what's going on here. I really feel like next year is going to be just a bunch of experiential potentials. And they may or may not be something we enjoy. All right, FYI, let's just get to it. So this week, right now, we have the moon is in Virgo. Okay. And the sun has entered into Capricorn. We're going to start feeling this Jupiter-Saturn square. That's tension versus magnification. Okay. That is expansion versus retraction. So there's going to be expansion, retraction. Jupiter and Saturn have been doing this dance since the end of 2021 when they came together. Okay. Remember when you saw the Bethlehem star up in the sky? That was not a star. That was Jupiter and Saturn coming together. And they do these cycles. So now they're coming up, and this is their second of 3 squares that they have to do before they reset the cycle. So the second of 3 squares, we're already starting to feel this big time right now, okay? And this is intensity. This is conflict. And it could be very well. So Dane Rudyard, who wrote the Sabian symbols, that we often read the Sabian symbol for the moons and the different degrees. Dane Rudyard said, you know, that anytime you start talking about Saturn and Jupiter, this is crisis in action. All right. It's like you got to expand on things and this is so much growing. This is so amazing. It's happening for me. And then the next thing you know, something happens. You got to retract. You got to stop. You got to back the heck up. You can't keep going. This is as far as you can go, says Saturn. Jupiter's like, no, I just want to keep magnifying. I want to make everything bigger. I want to make it amazing, you know? And sometimes it's just too much. So Saturn puts the discipline. Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, so it's very important for us to pay attention where Saturn is at. That exact alignment will happen on Christmas Eve. So it's kind of like, I think by Christmas Day, we're going to have a little bit of intensity that we'll be feeling. Now, there are some positive energies here, like the moon is going to be in trine on Christmas Eve to Venus. So I feel like we're going to really be feeling that flow, you know, as that moon is in Libra, wanting relationships. The moon, by the way, moves into Libra on the 22nd, tomorrow. Okay. And that's in the afternoon. I'm in Texas. You'll have to adjust for your area. But, you know, that moon is going to have to talk to a lot of planets. We got a lot of different alignments. I'm not going to go over a specific one, but the moon's going to be in opposite to Neptune. And then, you know, early tomorrow morning, and then it's got to square the sun tomorrow night. You know, there's a lot of challenging energy going on here. And we got to also remember that Mars is coming up to be opposite, like 2 boxers coming at it. Okay. Opposite of Pluto, the Lord of the Underworld, who just moved in to Aquarius for the rest of our lives for like 20 years. It's a big thing. So and they've already been opposite once. Okay. Now they're doing it again because Mars is retrograde, coming back over all those placements. And then he's going to go forward and he'll do it again for a 3rd time. That's how retrograde planets happen. They go back and they go forward. So it's like you have to revisit, relearn, go within, figure out what is it my heart wants? Where do I want to live? What family member has done this shit to me that I can't deal with anymore? And I'm putting a boundary. You know, am I going to just run off and go into the ground and hide like a little crab would do into the ground? That's what we'll be doing. Oh, yes, that's what we'll be doing really quick into January. You know, there'll be a lot of people that are like, not going to do that shit no more. I'm not going to put up with that. Okay, so then we have Chiron, the wounded healer, going direct on the 29th. So we're going to be feeling that too, because even though this is happening, I'm giving you dates, you're always feeling it on the build until the poof aspect happens and they come in exactly together. So you're always feeling it on the build. So we're feeling that wound. It's like things are going to pop up that are really hard. Like you thought it was going to be one way and then it's not. And you got to do something different. And we're also feeling that Mars opposite Pluto on top of that. Pluto is power. It's the only planet that rules power. The moon is in Scorpio on Christmas Day. That's an intense Christmas day. It doesn't move in to Sagittarius until the 28th, which I do feel with the the 27th, late in the afternoon. When the Sagittarius moon steps in, we need to be careful about exaggerations, about overdoing it, about over too much. Don't go, don't go blow it and get way too much. And then you realize you regret that later, or you overspoke, because that moon is going to be talking a lot to Mercury, who's still in shadow. Shadow means it has not gone back to the exact degree that it was at when it started its retrograde journey. You have to clear the shadow. And I'm just, in my experience and in my clients' experience, a lot of the time, I would say 80% of the time, you get more grief or challenges while the planets are in shadow, pre-shadow and post-shadow, because that's when the freaking shadow shows up, right? Okay, so let's see here. Now, another thing I'd like to just hit on here, it's a very stable and seeking new moon. This Capricorn moon is a very stable and seeking new moon. You might want to write that on out. All right. So we're talking about the next 2 weeks. I see where you asked. We're talking about these next 2 weeks leading into January. I'm just giving you some things, and then we're going to look at the chart, because I write a lot of notes down when I'm just going. Like, I do this whole calendar like at the beginning of the year, and then I write different channeled messages down as I see the transits, as I'm working with clients, as I get messages. I write things down so that you know, okay? Because I can't remember all this. A lot of the time when I'm channeling, I don't remember what I said. So it's just the way it is. Trying to make sure I got everything. I think I did. So we'll just go ahead and move along. This is also when you're speaking to the galactic astrology. This is also, it's an illumination of the golden rose birth is what I received. That's what I put down, the golden rose. So it's like the golden pink color when you're tapping into your galactics. That's what you're working with. For multiple reasons. This is also has a heavy signature of transcending the Atlantean era, transcending Atlantean aspects, and it also has a heavy transformative signature through Lyra, okay, because of where these placements are. Because Capricorn, a lot of the placements there are Lyra. And Lyra is bringing forth that dormant frequency, those gifts that we just don't really realize that we have. So a lot of popping up of these new things happening, these new, this new wisdom that has been dormant that we're just remembering, you know. We might not have even realized that we had all of these these type of remembrances within us from the Lyra Alifar. Now remember, Lyra Alifar is sound frequency healing. It's toning. It's moving the energy with your voice. Okay. So you want to utilize these things right now. Music, be careful with the music you listen to. Don't listen to any old mainstream music that's got that shitty frequency. It's not going to do you a bit of good. In fact, it's hurting your frequency, but you don't get it because maybe you don't realize what's happening in your frequency. I hope you do. But if you don't, be careful what you listen to. Listen to light-coded music. If you're on Apple Music, go to my playlist. It's Chanda's Outstanding Light Codes. I think there's like 500 songs on there, all produced. All of these songs are produced in a better frequency. You know, like 432 hertz, 41. I think there was one that was in 417. I'm not real sure, but you want to check it out. I think I have the link in the description, but I may not. I don't know. I'm getting kind of behind on all this. Okay. So with this Capricorn moon, I'm going to pull up this chart. Let's go. Where's it at? Oh, there it is. Doo-doo-doo. Everybody on TikTok, thanks for being here. If you want to see the actual chart, it's right over here. See here? Look. I've got everything pulled up on the screen. But for some reason, I have my studio set up in Ecamm for, I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but Ecamm is my setup. And I can't get this chart to connect in with TikTok. So you got to come over to Chanda Sparkles Astrology if you want to see everything on the screen. But we love that you're here. Thanks for being here. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. All right. Let's look at this thing. Let's do this. I need a little drink. All right. So, talking about December 21st, I have this for Corpus Christi, Texas. So, you would have to adjust to your time zone, but it's at 3:18 in Central Standard Time. Okay. Also, the house placements will be different wherever you're located. So, you'll want to find your house placement, right? Let me move that back down. I think I put it up too high. There we go. Okay, so now I have pulled some of the galactic stars, some of the star placements. I'm not going to dive too deep into those because I kind of but I want to make sure because I wrote my notes. All right, so the South Node is conjoined. I want to talk about this galactics before I dive deep into this chart. So the South Node, where's it at? Okay, here we go. The South Node is speaking directly to the galactic center. It's not far off from the galactic center. Here is the galactic, sorry, not the South Node, the Sun. The Sun is right here with the galactic center. You see, out of sign, Capricorn and Sagittarius, galactic center. So this is still that portal that we're going into, but now we have been doing it through spirit, through fire. Now we're bringing it into the physical, and it's just that spark of beginning. Okay. It's like an open doorway. It's like the goat sitting there looking up those big Himalayan mountains. And he's like, okay, fam, it's time for us to get to the top. You know, we got to get to the top of the mountain. He's in the valley right now. So wherever you're at, you have an open portal to embody. This is an embodying new moon. Okay, it's an opening portal to embody whatever it is that you're about to start building upon. All right. So I want to talk about, this is also a big Andromeda, because Merak, where is Merak? Where is it? Did I put Merak? Yes, right here. So Merak, I hope I'm saying that, Merak, Mirach, over here is all about partnership and devotion and strength and your feminine energy. It's about soul elegance, and it's right there at 0 degrees of Taurus, okay? And it is speaking directly over to Pluto, who has just entered into Aquarius. And this is a major signature for our galactic star seeds to really embody this softness through this, whatever it is. So like if you've got strange, you've got challenges coming in, it's time to embody softness. It's also about because Sedna, the dwarf planet, is also, I don't think I put Sedna on here, did I? No, I didn't. But I wrote about it. So Sedna, the dwarf planet that was in 2003 is when they discovered Sedna. Remember, Sedna is like the Lemurian galactic mermaid kind of energy. She's very light. But this is soul water frequency energy that's activating with the Andromedas, okay? The Pleiades are even there. You know, Sedna's right there in the Pleiades. And these are about communications. Think about dolphins and how they communicate. You know, think about the sonar of whales and how they communicate. This is how we're communicating, embodying, knowing that we're in a portal of beginnings, but it's a very embodied moon where we can really connect in with our guides through water talk. So this, I'm getting a lot of chills all over me. So this came through when I started diving into this chart, and it was these water codes are holding so much frequency, but it's in our body. And there went our orb. It's in our body, okay? It's not outside of us. Although it's good, go sit by a body of water, go to the ocean, go to the river, utilize your space in connecting with Mother Gaia. But these water codes, I want you to think about as if you were a dolphin and you were connecting and talking with your soul family, okay? But it's through the codes of the body. The water in the body is speaking soul frequency, all right? And Andromeda's Mirac is at 0 degree of Taurus. It's about victimhood. Now, see, I know this very well. My son is at 0 degrees. This is my son. And we're talking about lifetimes of trauma and pain and suffering and what you have to experience over and over and over until you realize that you can rise above and transcend. Most people with these placements, you know, and when I'm thinking of stars, if I'm looking at your chart, I'm like, okay, it has to be within 2 degrees for me. It has to be when you're talking about fixed stars for galactic signatures. And you know, the way to transcend it often lies in the opposition. We look at the opposite, what's going on in the opposite, and we look to the houses for the how, okay? Remembering, I'm using this as an example just so that you can learn. We also want to speak to Haumea, which is exactly opposite of Taurus. Haumea, okay, also another Atlantean type of signature. Because Haumea, that is over here in Scorpio, is also speaking to Pluto, okay? And Haumea would be over here in Scorpio, right here, okay? I don't know why I didn't put Haumea out there. Sorry, guys. It's been a weird couple of weeks. But this is all about integrated love and your elements and your soul connection to the sea and all things water. Okay, so we got the goat who's about to climb up the mountain and build something, right? It's going to be a long, determined, hard, rocky mountain that we don't give up. Capricorn doesn't give up. Capricorn just keeps on going. Goat keeps on going. It's not going to give up. While we embody soul frequency through the water that's within, the elementals that are within. But this victimhood thing is going to be a big signature. This is a time to embody our soul on the physical and the most purest of divine levels of true self. Let's talk about this moon. All right. So this is now. I'm sorry, y'all. No wonder. I was like, what's going on with this? Okay. It doesn't matter. We trust that everything happens for exactly the way it's supposed to. All right. Let's go like this. There we go. Capricorn new moon happening at 9 degrees. This is a 9-degree moon. By the way, we've had a 9-degree moon every single new moon for the past, since November, December, January, February, March. So we're going to have 2 more at 9 degrees. And it is right here at 9 degrees. Interesting thing about this new moon is it's not really hardcore aspecting any other planets. Okay. There's a lot going on around it, but it's not really hardcore aspecting any other planets, but it is speaking directly over here to Black Moon Lilith and the South Node of Fate. And it's speaking to the North Node of Fate that is right here with Neptune. Okay, so that makes a T-square with the nodes. Okay, now remember, this is December the 30th. I'm sorry, y'all. Sometimes I get really high when I'm channeling these energies, and I just went on with the now chart and didn't even pay attention. I apologize. But all of that, all the information I just told you is still good. It's still the same because I was really kind of going off my notes. The big deal here that we got to pay attention is we have this mystical rectangle. So you see this blue that's going from the nodes to Jupiter. That's a sextile. I'm sorry, to Pluto. Okay. Up there. And then down here to Mars, opposite Pluto. And down here to the South Node. Now remember, South Node is at 1 degrees. I'm sorry, North Node is at 1 degree. South Node is at 1 degrees. They're always opposite of each other, always. And they're an 18-month cycle. They take 18 months to go through a sign, and they always are in retrograde. They're always going backwards. And nodes are our collective fate. What we're moving towards is a North Node. What we're releasing and learning from is the South Node. But we don't kick out the South Node just because it's the South Node. We learn, integrate, and develop from. Okay. And these nodes being involved tells me, that's why I was like earlier, I was saying this is a very fated time. Anytime the nodes are so strongly involved, and a mystical rectangle is positive energy. See, the blue lines are always your positive energy, but it's more about things coming into flow if you're taking the steps, the action steps with faith. That's what it's about. It's about, am I stepping into my truest divine self? And how have I been over these past 17 months? Because as of January the 11th, that node is going to enter into Pisces. It's heading this way. Okay. It's going to come over here. It's going to hit exact with Neptune and then Saturn. These are all going to come together. And that's huge energy. That's coming February and March. Or no, February and May, excuse me. So the South Node, your relationships. All of you Libras are almost finished with the South Node transit. This is a very good thing because it'll start moving on. And maybe some of your challenges, some of your stresses will start to calm it down. Aries as well. Although the North Node in Aries, it feels more like things are going your way. It's going your direction. Although that doesn't mean, it's not challenging for you, because the North Node is the head of the dragon. But the body, there's no body. And it's the head of the dragon and the tail of the dragon. Rahu and Ketu, okay? And so Rahu and Ketu, they are... the Rahu head is consuming. It's all consuming because it has nowhere for the energy to go. It has no belly. It's just the head of the dragon. Yeah, it can get lots of insight and it's super genius and lots of things come through, but sometimes too much. Ass of the dragon, we all know what comes from there. It's the toxicities of your life is getting flushed. The universe is flushing that stuff out. All right. So now with this Pluto in powerful 1 degrees of Aquarius, this is how our community is going to shift. Okay. The whole collective community. Aquarius is about the collective community. It's about what's happening within the tribe, what's happening in these organizations in the world, religious organizations of the world, university, all of that stuff. Anything that's tribal, communal is going to have a fine-tooth comb wrecking ball brought to it. And Pluto is going to bring up all of the dirty for the next 20 years. This is what we're going to be doing. This is where all this AI stuff is coming from. This is where all this inventive technology is coming from. This is all of that stuff. And it's going to be a little confusing for a while because Neptune is in Pisces direct now. Okay. Saturn is in Pisces direct now. This is illusions, delusions, and confusions, and keeping your faith and making it stable. It's an oxymoron. These two could not be more opposite. Mars, war, aggression. But Mars is retrograde. So it's kind of a more within, a more hidden situation going on with the heart. But Mars is going to show us what we love. It's going to show us what we want, what truly lights us up. With Pluto, it's powerful. It's very powerful. It is the Lord of the underworld coming to meet the Lord of war in an opposition for a good long period. That opposition is not exact, I don't think, until like the 3rd or 4th of January. I know it's in January, first week. I have to relook. But even after they meet, that energy is still present. It's just not as potent. This moon is with that fixed star, Alifar, Lyra. Sound healing is the answer. Sound frequency. Listening. Listen to the sound of nature. Allow the cosmos to speak to you. Be open. Be open. In the stillness of the void, right? And these number 9s, we have a number 9 year next year, and it's the year of the wood snake. 9 is completions. Next year is a big year of transmutation and completions, but it's constantly happening throughout the year. So it's like we almost get somewhere, we do something, and then we have to change it up, or we realize that's not exactly what we wish we would have done. But if we don't take the experience and take the jump and take the leap to have the experience, then we won't know. So it's kind of like, I don't know, I'm going to try this out, but I don't really know if I'm going to do it. So, also let's talk about the great attractor. It's with Mercury and the galactic center. Okay. So the great attractor, which is exactly what it sounds like. How are you attracting things in your life through your communications? What are you saying? What are you hearing? Are you utilizing the best of communications? Are you stepping into your power through the technologies of Aquarian? Aquarian energy is galactic energy. It is alien. And all of these, everything that you're seeing out there could very well be just like a psyop, or it could be just something that's not even real. Remember, come back to reality. It could be just CGI. It could be a big hoax. It could be a bunch of BS, or it could be real. I'm just saying, let's not put all our eggs in those baskets, because it's a big distraction. If you ask me. I mean, I enjoy watching it just because I think it's entertaining. But am I scared? No. Am I worried about it? Nope. Not a bit. Not a bit. I think it's funny. I think I'm sorry that people are scared, but like in my own little realm, I'm like, this is not going to touch me. I'm more worried about what's going to happen with my kid, with my son. And, I've got more fish to fry. And I've been seeing stuff in the sky since I was a kid. I see them all the time. I see them cloaked in the sky. I see them in the clouds. I see stuff flying around almost every night if I look up at the sky. To me, it's like a normal. But now these big, huge drones and the big things that they got going, yeah, that's kind of strange. Pretty interesting. But is it putting fear? No, not fear. I'm not going to be fearful, because I know that Neptune is right here, conjoined to the North Node of Fate. And Neptune is illusions. It's fantasy. It's movies. It's creation. It is boundless consciousness. It's crisis in consciousness. And until Neptune leaves, and the higher degrees it gets, it's at 27. It has to get to 0 degrees of Aries for it to leave. The higher degrees it gets, the more it's going to be traumatic and crazy. Because that last 29 energetic degree is very powerful. It's potent energy. Okay, so I think I've covered most of this. Oh yeah, Uranus over here is over here in this quincunx to this moon. Okay, quincunxes are awkward energy, so there could be some kind of surprise that comes through that just doesn't feel right. It's like something happens in your life that you're just like, I'm not real sure about this. It feels very weird. I often say that quincunx is often like putting what was I've done so many. Which one do you want? Okay, so it's like putting the Pope, okay, in a sound studio and saying, okay, now you have to make gangster rap and you have to make it work. So Christian music or whatever, and you got to put it with gangster rap and you got to make it work. You don't have a choice. So this is kind of that energy, is like you may have some surprising, remember, Uranus, in Taurus, is leaving Taurus. He's at 23 degrees. He's leaving Taurus and he's heading towards Gemini. All right. Next year, Jupiter will also leave Gemini and head towards Cancer next year. Both of these will feel much better in these next 2 signs. It will be a more beneficial type of energy. Something you're going to be you're going to be presented with something that you must make work. That's not going to feel comfortable. Remember, the Capricorn new moon is an energy signature for the next 4 weeks. Okay? And this one, I'm going to tell you, the biggest challenges are going to come from Pluto opposite Mars. And that's going to be ongoing probably till about January 15th or longer. So you want to look and see where your Pluto's at. What house is it in on your chart? Where your Mars is at. You want to see where, see, it's at 2 degrees as of this December 30th new moon. And it's heading back into Cancer. So these are the places that Mars is going to be lighting us up to show us what we love, to show us what we want. And Pluto's going to be like, but you're going to have to dig deep to get there. Okay. Whew, that was a big one. Lots of stuff coming through. Chiron, the wounded healer, just gone direct. Okay. With the Alpha Centauri. That it's like the future of hope. There is a future of hope here. There is that core wounds. We've been getting our core wounds worked over to the ego. Okay. As I said 18 months ago, we are getting a new ego. Watch for my Facebook and my community tab, because next week I'm going to be posting for every single sign, reposting that same group of 12 explanations for each one of your signs and what these north and south nodes are doing to work over from Aries to Libra. And you'll look at it, you'll be like, okay, yeah, I've really grown my ego. You're birthing a new ego. You're birthing a new way of being. You're birthing a new avatar. You're birthing something new. And when it moves over here into Pisces and Virgo, okay, so they're moving into Pisces and Virgo. That's going to be very powerful. Virgo is this crisis, more like crisis energy in the physical realm. And Pisces is more like crisis energy in the consciousness realm. It's where you can lose your mind, which is not always a bad thing. You know, you got to, what is that song? What is it? To find your heart, you have to lose your mind. Remember that song? By Satsang, I think it is. To find your heart, you have to lose your mind. So you're focusing on the heart. What does the heart want? And there's going to be a lot of loss with that for 18 months. Not for everybody. This is a general consensus. But the loss is necessary. And there's going to be a lot of faith. Pisces is about faith and hope. It is the sign that rules all religions too. So there'll be a big makeover, you know, continuing. It's already been happening. We've been seeing all the religious indoctrination happening around the world. But when Saturn gets out of there, Neptune gets out of there, it's over here working over the collective ego. And we'll just have this node transiting. It's going these next 2 years, definitely from 2025 to the end of 2026, into like the mid 2027, is going to be life-changing. We'll never be the same again. I hope that you enjoyed this. I appreciate it. We're going to move on to the cards now. All right. Let's just do something real quick before I leave, because I haven't done this one yet. Let's look at something here. Yeah. Okay. So it's all very balanced right now with these planets and these planetary placements. It is balanced. There's more earth than there is air. I'm sorry, there's more earth than there is fire, and there's more air than there is water in this chart. So that tells me embody it. Embody the energy, but don't forget the message of the water that's within you. The water molecules, the intuitive flow, the cells, the blood, everything is listening. Okay? All right, let's get out of this. Thank you guys. I'm so glad that you got to check out the astrology. Let's move on to the cards. Where is that darn thing? There it is. Okay. Okay. So tonight we will be pulling cards for the sun, moon, and rising signs, elementals. I tap into the elemental of your sun, moon, and rising, the frequency of each person here and in the now. Here in the now and in the future moments of the linear timelines. But whenever you receive this, it is for you. If it makes you go, that's for me, or if you get like a chill, or if you're feeling something from it, or if you're moved. Some people get emotional. Some people feel, feel something. If you know it's for you, you'll know it's for you. Sun, moon, and rising. If you don't know your sun, moon, and rising signs, very, very important. Yeah, that's what I wrote. I wrote, the Jupiter-Saturn square is a tug of war And it's limiting our spirituality and expanding and retracting our physicality. The mystic rectangle now through January 15th, 16th. It's going to be most active on the 5th, if you want to know. This is about beginning a new book, having a brand new canvas, starting at the bottom of your mountain. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and do a little clearing. Let's do the bull. Brought out the Jupiter bowl. You can tap into the elk medicine, the shaman elk medicine, or the coyote medicine, the turtle medicine, or the turkey medicine. These are also made by Walking Crow. Very, very, very amazing, man, out of Arizona. So I'm just going to Okay. We are playing with the Celtic Tarot, the Spellcaster's Tarot. We're playing with the Wizard's Tarot as well as the Holographic Tarot. Cosmic Insights, and we will call upon the Woodland Wardens. Brand new deck. Very excited about this. Was sent to me for my birthday. By Amy Ulrich, I think. Hope I didn't screw that one up. All right. So, these are speaking to me. Okay. Oh no. Shitemukakai na shitai. Oh shitemukana shitemunaka shitomai shitemukai. Randavu shitemukaki inu shitemunakai shitumakaha shite. Ushatai. Okay. Who are we going with first? Earth. Thank you. I'm gonna turn this on. All right. A little off. Oh! Something went flying. I got all these stones up here. That's why it's on the board. Okay. Stay up there. Okay. So let's move this back so y'all can see as much of the board as you can. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom this in. Oh, not me. Hi. I have missed you guys. I missed doing this when I was gone. I hope that you all had a lovely Thanksgiving. Mine was actually very good until it was over. All right. So we're calling upon the sun, moon, and rising of the earth energy. Sun, moon, and rising earth signs. Capricorn, happy solar return. Happy new moon. This is your time to shine. All the earth signs will be receiving the trine. So anytime that the sun is transiting an earth sign and you have something in Taurus or in Virgo, you're getting the benefit. The trine is a benefit, like a triangle, trine. You're getting the benefit of that energy. All right. Sun, moon, and rising earth signs, connecting in with your highest selves. What do your highest selves have to say to you for the Capricorn new moon period? Capricorn new moon. What do the earth signs, sun, moon, and risings? What do we have here? Well, there you go. Earth signs. You got the world. To kick off this read, the world card says you're coming into completions, finalities, and it is sustainable. This is also, all the fixed signs are always in. So if you have a fixed sign like Taurus or Scorpio or Aquarius or Leo, you may be dealing with one of those signs. Maybe you're walking away from something. You've decided to take the higher ground. You got to walk out. You know, you're done. You're not looking back. And where you're headed is sustainable. Okay. Followed by the King of Wands. That is fire energy. Okay, the King of Wands. There may be a challenge with a fire sign energy. Fire signs. Okay, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. Oh, coming out in packs. Coming out in packs. We're going to take them as I see them. Followed by the Two of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. A lot of people, you've been dealing with a lot of people, haven't you, earth signs? You had to walk away from something. You had to move away from something. Something that either that person challenged you, it was a this or that. You have to do this or that. Somebody came and said, you got to do this or that. And you're like, no, I'm out. I've got to go. I'm on my way. Or it always could be vice versa. So if like, maybe they had to walk away. Maybe they had to leave the situation. Maybe they were done with the situation. But you see here, in your present moment, you had something that you had to choose. You know, you just came out of this. You just had to choose something. See how she's juggling these two coins, earth energy, tangible things you can touch, feel, taste, and smell. It has nothing to do with the ether. It's all in the 3D, okay, earth signs? And then this Five of Pentacles out here challenging you. This is an energy coming in from outside of you. Five of Pentacles is often feeling left out, feeling left behind, feeling it's a lack energy, all right? It's having to go out in the cold and not being able to sustain yourself. The problem here is often is you get wrapped up in this energy and you don't see that you just need to follow the light. You got to follow that light, all right? You got to go inside of the church, go inside of the facility, go inside somewhere and receive the assistance. A lot of the time you get wrapped up in your own stuff because you had to leave or they had to leave. Okay. 701 says there's a lot of things, and see how the back is turned here. The back is turned. You know, it's like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. Let me back this up. I didn't realize it was a freaking close. This has been very emotional for you, and you're dealing with a lot of other people that are emotional. And I feel like there's just a lot of people that have been telling you got to do it this way, or you're going to do it this way, or you have had to tell somebody this is how it has to be done. you know, but standing your ground. Wands, this is fire energy. This is water energy, earth, fire. And this is fixed energy. So it could be all of the elements. And then here is your lack energy of earth, lack of the physical realm. Feeling hurt, feeling left out. Something came in, and see how the lightning is striking here? Something came in and it was like, done. You know, it's very stormy in the life. 7 of Wands says you got to turn your back on all of that stuff that's coming at you. The King of Cups, look, the King of Cups is very balanced in emotional integrity. Balanced in emotional integrity. Not going to let things shake and rattle and roll him. When the shit comes and hits the fan, he's not going to let that happen. The waves could be crashing. Things could be falling apart. Everything, you know, all of your emotions are getting triggered and tested through this situation. Every one of these wands that are coming at you here, every single one that comes at you is another experience and an invitation to open up to what truly is empowering. At the very end here, you have the King of Pentacles. That is the richest, most abundant, most balanced and determined and stable energy. This is Capricorn energy. But I do feel like there's multiple people here that you've been dealing with. And I do feel like whoever the fire energy is, it's got to go. It's just not going to work there. You've got to remain positive and poised and release the lack, earth signs. On the bottom, you have the 3 of Wands. Very good. Very good on the bottom. On the bottom is the 3 of Wands. So this is all about realizing that you've already made a choice that lights you up. Like it either lit you up for the positive or for the negative, whatever it was. And you already had to leave the situation, or they had to leave the situation. And the 3 of Wands is saying, okay, it's now time to get your shit together. Stop living in the lack. Someone outside of you is living in lack. And it's almost like you have your, it's either you living in lack or someone outside of you. It's you living in lack or them. 50-50. There's no percentage, nothing. The 3 of Wands is all about how I law of attract. What you bring into your life is how you vibrate. Okay? So it's like I've made these 2 choices and now I'm going to move on with this one choice. I'm already here. So now we have to make the best of it. But I feel like there's a lot of stability that may be coming in, but it's going to take you really changing how you see things and how you feel within your vibrational skin, embodying those light codes of water. You know, earth signs often you challenge yourself emotionally because you feel everything so densely, you know. So to really learn to be this, I feel like this king, if you could really learn how to be more in your elemental water state, knowing that it's eternal. You are eternal and multidimensional, and you can change up how you law of attract. This is the law of attract card. Why? 7 of Swords. You got 2 sevens there. 7s are difficult cards. The 7 of Swords is someone lied, someone cheated, someone stealed, someone did you wrong, someone broke in and stole your shit, lied about it. Something went down, or it could have been you. Sometimes the 7 of Wands is someone that has to take what they can. And it's kind of like sometimes you got to be shady. Sometimes you're going to wear your shade. Sometimes your shadow is going to come out, and that's just the way it is. But now you're leaving that behind. You're letting go of the lack, or they're letting go of the lack. And you're going to learn to embody that. You got 2 kings here. Actually, excuse me, you have 3 kings. You got the King of Fire, the King of Earth, and the King of Cups. There may be multiple men you're dealing with as well here in this whole read. Okay, let's get a little bit more clarity for you. I'm going to ask for cosmic insights. What are the cosmic insights? What's the message for the earth signs? Sun, moon, and rising earth signs. Sun, Moon, and Rising Earth signs. I'm seeing sand. I'm seeing dirt. It's like loose sand, loose dirt. It's almost like that going through the egg keeper, the timekeeper, the hourglass. Time is ticking. The sands of time. Something to do with the sands of time. Okay. Someone is still figuring themselves out. Okay, and this is Venus conjoined Mars energy. Okay, and it is a sexuality card, although it could just be defining the male and the divine feminine within you. So someone's still figuring themselves out, along with manifest. Tell the universe exactly what you want. That's exactly. So you have this law of attraction card. That is manifestation. Start working within the manifestation. Start working, like, I don't know, do a vision board. Sit and do visionary work. It's so powerful, especially when you first wake up in the morning. Boom. What are you saying to yourself when your feet hit the floor? Healthy I am. Happy I am. Wealthy I am. Love I am. 3 times, or my day is going to be full of bliss and beauty. Whatever you want. Say something when you first wake up to manifest yourself into that. And on the bottom, you got date night. Get ready to be wined and dined. Maybe that might have, for some of you, that's one of these men that, this guy's got to go. I feel like the fire sign's out. And then there's, maybe a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or a Knight of Pentacles, which is a very Taurus, that's you. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So we'll see. Let's see what else we got. It is time to move on, though. Here it is. Someone is unavailable, a waste of time, and it's over. That was the next card. I'm not going to look at the rest. That's crazy. So you're moving on from something. You're leaving something. You had a choice. Someone feels left out. You got a lot of shit coming your way, but you got to balance those emotional energies. You've got to be able to be that king on the throne of the crashing waves that come your way. And somebody stable is going to come in. Someone stable. Slow and stable. That is the goal, right? All right. And if for you that are already with someone, so we're already in a relationship, you could put this to an experience or a work or situation. Put it with your situation. I can also hear you in the replay. So hello on the replay. Like, what does that mean for me? I'm already with somebody. I'm happy, but I ain't got this problem. All right. Oh, that's not the right. Okay, well, I guess it was meant to come out. The 7 of Cauldrons. The 7 of Cauldrons is here. So you've got 3 sevens now. I didn't mean to do that, but I guess I got to trust it. The 7 of Cauldrons. So, and that's from a completely different deck that doesn't even match this deck. I just accidentally was drawn to get the wrong deck. This can be confusing. This could be stressful. There could be a lot of choices that you're emotionally attached to, and you don't know which choice to make. You must trust where you are is already where you're supposed to be. Don't let illusions, delusions, and confusions throw you off. All right. And finally, the last card we're going to pull tonight, and then we will pull the runes. From the Woodlands. What did the Woodland Wardens? What Woodland Warden is here for the Earth signs? What Woodland Warden for the Earth signs? There we go. So you got the porcupine and the anime. This is boundaries. Boundaries. Okay? Boundaries. And then you have the vulture and the aphrodite. Upheaval. So that's right. Telling you, cut your boundaries. And if there's this more upheaval, you're going to have to make a choice. You can't stay in illusions and delusions and confusions forever. Take the stable route is what they're saying here. Okay. Take the stable route. Yeah. I want to see what the vulture says. X15. Oops. Give me a second. I don't like when they do the Roman numerals. And this is a new deck. I got it gifted for my birthday. Jeez. I probably should have like put the Roman numeral guide out for me because I always mess it up. Wish they just do normal numbers. X15. Okay, so there's X51. And I'm also dyslexic, so give me a second. Okay. X1X. It should be right here. I'm about to give up on this if I don't find it. And trust that I'm not supposed to. Okay, maybe the other one is it. XXX511. That's hilarious. X15 XXX511. That's a message in itself. XXX511. There it is. Boundaries. Okay, so this is the one that they want to hear. Boundaries. The porcupine. The porcupine, with its impressive quills, is a well-known symbol of self-defense. According to the legend common among the tribes, the porcupine got its quills by placing the branches of a hawthorn tree on its back, defending itself against the bear. The trickster spirit energy saw the porcupine's cleverness and fashioned it a coat of quills to wear from then on. Just as the porcupine curls up into a ball to defend itself from predators, the anemone flower turns inward and downward during rainstorms, protecting its delicate petals from damage. This is the message. You cannot help others unless you first help yourself. Maintain healthy boundaries around your time, energy, giving generously only once you are sufficiently fed. Yeah, protecting your own energy there. All right, and finally, Astro Dice. What do the Astro Dice have to say? You got you got Taurus, fixed, stable, slow, methodical, simple. And the North Node, this is your future, what you're going towards, what you have to learn to do, okay? What you're learning to embody. And the 6th house, that is the Virgo healing house. It's going to take a very simple, methodical individual, an earth energy. Taurus is the simplest of all of the earth energy. It's the bull laying in the grass, chewing on some, cows are, that's all they do. They sit there, they make love, they make babies, and they make milk. You know what I'm saying? So think about that as you move forward on your healing process, that this is a fated time to set those boundaries, to really pull in the energy of simplification, because too much complexity has already been happening, right? Okay, and the runes. Let's do the runes. Calling in the Norse god Odin. Calling in the Norse god Odin. Odin, please guide the hand. What do you want to say? There we go. And we have, I'm going to pull this over here where I can see it a little bit better. Oops, sorry. I'm making a mess. I don't know what just happened. The music stopped. Okay. So you got Laguz. Laguz is meaning water, flow, emotions, your ebb and flow intuition, your dreams. So you've got your dreams here for the TikTokers. There you go. Ancient runes, sacred runes on this beautiful solstice. And then you also have Sawillo, meaning the sun, happiness, joy, celebration. Okay, keeping whatever it is that's lighting you up, remembering wherever Mars is at, transiting Leo now until January 6th. He'll move into Cancer. You know, that's where you're going to figure out what you love. And then we also have, what's this one? Oh, Inguz. Inguz meaning seed, new phases, beginnings, creations. Plant your seeds into the new creation. And I continuously get this energy of keeping things simple. Okay, keeping it simple. Let's not make things, lots of tingles too. Let's not make things too complex, shall we? All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. Earth signs. We are on to the next element. Let me just gather up everything and do a little clearing for the next sign. Okay. Yeah, set those boundaries, but also realize this upheaval happened and it's over and you're done for a reason. You know, this isn't just like some random whatever. You know, this didn't just happen. This is someone they still got to figure out what they're doing, or you're still having to figure out what you're doing. Remember, all these energies can always be vice versa, you know, but that lack is hard, and feeling left out is hard. And when you're intuitive, it's hard to deal with that, to see people going through that, to be the witnesser. The big message that I've always learned over the years is get through it, honor your emotions, do whatever you got to do to honor those. But realize that you cannot hook in to someone else's outcome. Because as soon as you do, it's going to bring you down. That one wants to talk to you. Gambling, problem with addiction, gambling, and bad finances. Last card pull for the earth signs. Somebody's got a problem that they need to handle. And remember, all addictions are not the problem. It's about your self-love. It's about what's going on inside. No one's going to go and try to escape the reality with drugs and alcohol if they ain't got a problem inside. And if they did, and they're just doing it here and there, you know, with the drugs and alcohol, then, you know, maybe they're just doing it to celebrate. You know, there is those kind of people that do that, you know, and they don't make it become a problem. But I'm talking to those that this has become a massive problem. Whether it's gambling, you could even be addicted to chocolate. Oh my God. Seriously. Like, I have a really hard time letting go of my chocolate. And I know I need to, because it's not good for me. So I'm trying cacao. I love cacao. But it's kind of a pain in the ass. And I'm more of I don't want to have to do it. Like, I don't even like to cook. I can cook really good, but I don't like to do it. It's not my thing. Okay. I'm just saying, you know, you got to do what makes you feel. I mean, even if it's selfish, I feel like there's so much shadow walking. So much shadow walking with that read. lots of pain right here. I started getting lots of pain on my right side, which is my night side or shadow side. No answers. Okay, we are on to the next read. Thank you, Earth signs. Thank you, Kelly. Water is next. We are on water signs. Let's get the water up there. Okay. I feel like I need to bring in this little bad boy just to kind of like clear the frequency of the stream. What was that? That wand keeps falling off of there. It's like my magical wand keeps falling off by itself. Okay, let's go. Daniel. Hi, Daniel. You know, I need to get it down. Thank you. Appreciate that. There we go. Sorry, guys. You know you have to keep up with me in here. Yeah. Because I get really high on the energy and I can't remember all the mechanics a lot of the time. So, here we go. One more little drink. Calling on the water signs, highest selves. Highest selves of the water signs, sun, moon, and rising water signs, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Cancer, buckle up. Mars is headed your way January 6th. Scorpio, this is going to be a time for you to breathe a little bit, although you're going to start getting the squares from Pluto. That is your ruler, so it's time for you to power up. Pisces, your socks are going to get rocked from now until the middle of next year. Utilize your intuition and your guidance. Big time. You will never see Neptune, your own ruler, in that sign again. And you only have a short while left to utilize that energy, and it's at the most potent degrees of the sign. All right. And of course, ooh, golly, my head is tingling and itching all of a sudden. Lots of crown energy all of a sudden. So you have the moon here. Can anybody put it in the comments? What sign is ruled by the moon? What sign is ruled by the moon? Do you know, TikTok? Put it in the comments if you know. Followed by... So you have the moon. By the way, TikTok, if you want to see all the cards on a split screen, you can come over to Chanda Sparkles Astrology on YouTube. You'll see everything on the screen. Well, I'm lying. Sorry, guys. It's funny. Oh, no. I don't like it like that. No, stop that. That's got to be this way or I can't see it. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Lots of tingles on the shadow side. So you got major life event, major arcana, the moon, major life event, major arcana, the fool in the challenge position. And in your current position, you have the 6 of shields, the 6 of shields. And that's funny. I've got the moon. So I've got the tiger eye moon popping. Okay. Tiger eye is also a ruler of Aries as well as Scorpio. So and tiger eye can also go for Virgo. So maybe you have one of those in your big 3. But we're going to go ahead and keep that on the board right there. The moon. Something has been unknown. Something's been unclear. Like there's an illusion, delusion, confusion. And you feel like something is creeping up on you. Like you can literally feel it. Can't you, water signs? You can feel like something's coming. Something's coming. But you're not really illuminated to it yet. Okay. Come the full moon. Okay. 2 weeks from now, you're going to have a better, clearer vision of what's going on. You know, I feel like there's been a challenge here with someone who just does stuff. Like they just jump off the cliff when they don't look. They just go and do things. This is Aries energy, the full. It's a fire sign. You know, it's about taking chances with your life, sometimes needlessly. And then you have the 6 of shields. And the 6 of shields, you know, that is all about earth energy. It's tangible things. It's also about reciprocity and having people that need a handout, having people that need help, having people that are coming at you that are, you know, like, I need you to do this for me, water signs, or I need this money, or can you help me here? And it's kind of becoming a little bit much and you're trying to balance it all. Followed by, I'm holding these upside down, followed by the 7 of cauldrons. That came up last read as a very shocking, surprising card from a total different deck. So that's going to be a theme. This is illusions, delusions, and confusions. This is having too many emotional attachments of too many choices and you're having a hard time making the choice. It's a very challenging card. You know, 7s are never easy. 7s in the tarot are the challenging cards. And that's coming in from outside of you. So there's something is coming outside of you. There's going to be all these choices. And you're not real sure, like, what to choose. You're confused. And you feel kind of like you're lost within your attachment to the emotion. I feel like this is a big theme that's coming through for tonight for all signs. And that is a lot of people are emotionally attached. And it's so much. It's too tough. And so you just want to check out. Sometimes this can also be checking out, you know, because this is a Piscean energy. You can also just check out and like, I'm just going to, okay, really? So they want me to tell you, okay, so I am, if you're new, I am a double Scorpio. A Scorpio sun in the first house, Scorpio rising, Scorpio Mars. And I just went through some really tough, challenging stuff with my son. I can't. It's been like 15 years of this shit. And I checked out. Like, I checked out. You know, I took like 5 gummies and I stayed in my room for about 72 hours. And I like literally did nothing. I didn't even eat. I really blacked out, dropped the curtain, black room, dark, you know, and just dove like I leave, I check out. I have no issues though. As a water sign, you're extremely intuitive. You feel everything. You're super empathic. So you're able to just like check out, or you're going to check out with alcohol or drugs or whatever, you know? And I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, I go through the same stuff, you know, in my experience, you know, so I'm not going to sit here and say that, you know, not to do that, but sometimes you got to check out. Sometimes you just got to, it becomes a lot. Like I'm getting the shakes. Look at my hand. Like I'm getting the shakes. Like it's too much to handle. Sometimes somebody is too much to handle, or something, or an experience is just too much. And you got to check out. The Knight of Cauldrons. So you have a Knight of Cups. So this is the slowest knight in the deck. This is also Taurus energy. And then you have the High Priestess, the Alchemist, the Wizard. Being able to realize that anything that comes your way, water signs, you have everything within you to alchemize that situation. You have everything that you need to alchemize the situation. I can hear you. This is water signs. And if you want to know where we're at, there's always indication on the YouTube. Pop over to Chanda Sparkles Astrology YouTube. Link is in the bio. You can see all the cards too. But this Knight of Cups, Knight of Cauldrons, although it could be cups because it's very emotional. I feel this is a very emotional situation going on here. So this Knight of Cups, Knight of Coins, they call it cauldrons in this deck. I feel like, oh, that is the Knight of Cups. Why am I, what? It's not Taurus energy, although it could be. It could be Scorpio energy. There's some kind of knight. There's an emotional, simple, slow, steady energy that's coming to give you an offer after all of this. After all this is done, after all of this pain, all this trauma, having to deal with somebody who needs something from you all the time, and it's unclear, and you can feel it creeping. It's like something's creeping, something's coming. I know something's coming. But the answer here is to say, no, nothing's coming that you have to realize you are the only one here, water signs. You are the only one here. On a higher consciousness level, multidimensional, badass level, you're the only one here. Every person you meet, every bird you see, every breath you take is you. Holographic illusion, if that makes you a little bit, some people say it's a holographic illusion. I'm one to believe that this is my matrix and I'm creating this as I go. Even the hard stuff, because I chose it, right? My soul chose it. Everybody's like, oh, your soul chose it. Well, fuck. Why did my soul chose this? You choose it. You alchemize it. Do the work. Do the work. The High Priestess does the work. The High Priestess says, okay, I'm gonna dive deep into this situation. And I'm going to visualize. Visionary work is the strongest it's ever been in our entire lifetime right now. Right now, while Neptune is transiting Pisces, and remember, Neptune and Saturn transiting Pisces is trining Scorpio and Cancer. So you can pull in and flood in that energy. Just flood it in. You sure can. And this is a new moon, okay? And we're at a new moon on the 29th here. From full moon to new moon, within 2 weeks, you have this process that you're going to be going through with this individual or this experience or this workspace or whatever it is, family situation. Somebody is being foolish. And I don't always get that for the Fool. I don't always get that. But if you can see here, the Fool, I'm getting so many tingles on my shadow side too, which tells me stop it. So the Fool does not pay attention to what they're doing. They just do it. It's an instinctual energy. It just is something you're born with. You just do it. You just do it. Sometimes you don't think. And you got other people going, hey, wait a minute, hold on, hold on, hold on. You're going to fuck it all up for us all. On the bottom of the deck, death. You have the death card. Transmutation. Dead on the floor. Done. This is when Archangel Azrael, if you believe in the angels and the archangels, if you believe in them, this is when the angel of death comes and says, this is completely finished and done. This is Pluto energy, the ruler of Scorpio, that's transiting Aquarius for the first time in our lifetime. Death comes in. Now, it could be a literal death, or it could be, a death to the situation. But it's over. You tried balancing it. Underneath that, you have another major life event, major arcana card. On the bottom of that, you have Temperance. Okay, you have Temperance, and then the Two of Wands. So you made this choice. You made a choice. You tried to make it work. You wanted to alchemize fire and water, making it work. We're talking about lead to gold here in the energy field. This is all energy work, and you know how to do this better than anybody, water signs. You did your best, sweetheart. And even death is not the end. Even death is not the end. It's painful because we've been programmed to think it's painful. And that sucks. It sucks that humanity has been programmed to think that death is so painful. It's the biggest release you'll ever have. It's leaving this matrix. It's not a bad thing. Sexuality. Someone is still figuring themselves out. This same exact card came out last. So if you got an earth energy, moon or rising or whatever, that you might need to go back and look at the earth sign reading, because that exact same card came out and this exact same card came out last reading. You also have someone is too full of themselves. You got narcissistic tendencies going on here, water signs. Okay, and I'm just going to say it. Thank you. I'm just going to say it. The victim, the victimizer, and the martyr are all the same damn energy. It's all energy. And we've all been a narcissist. And we've all been a victim. Someone's just all into their own stuff. Like here, it's like, yeah, they got to figure things out. They got to figure themselves out, or they're not going to last. The death is here. You don't get, death is the ruler of Scorpio. You may have a Scorpio. High Priestess, that is Pisces energy right there. Open your heart. It will help you attract more love. Open your heart. It will help you attract more love. Okay? We are on water signs. This is water signs, sun, moon, and rising. Okay, now we're also going to pull from the woodland warden. Which woodland warden wants to speak to the water signs, sun, moon, and rising? Ishikawuka, ana shiti kiki wuni no shiti wukai shiti wukai shiti wukai. So you got these cards. Okay, that was wanting to be seen. A Six of Wands. Six of Wands. This is celebration. This is, I have done some good work here. I've done really good work here. And people have noticed. So don't think that all of your efforts and everything, this is so crazy because everything keeps moving in this room. Don't think that this is so much that nobody sees. The bobcat and the blackthorn. The bobcat and the blackthorn. All right, let's see what the bobcat and the blackthorn have to say. Please allow the card to be shown easily, effortlessly. I am done with the search. Shit. I think sometimes they mess with me. And I don't say they, I know it's me, but I think sometimes these numbers switch around on purpose. It's just XL. Should not be that hard. There's a message right there. It should not be that hard. There it is. Bobcat. All right, Bobcat. Patience. Patience is the message. Bobcats are stealthy hunters, blending easily into their environment. They are independent creatures who can wait for hours for their prey, pouncing upon to 10 feet at the very right moment. The blackthorn is a thorny shrub covered in bittersweet berries called sloes. Associated with overcoming obstacles, and blackthorn sharp spines provide a shelter to vulnerable birds. So they're like a protector. According to the lore, if blackthorn berries are plentiful, the coming winter will be severe. Traditionally harvested in the late autumn, sloes provide nourishment in the form of jams, wines, and other hearty treats, which to patiently pass a harsh winter. This is a difficult journey ahead, requires preparation and patience. Channel the bobcat, stealth, and pack plenty of provisions. Ration your sustenance carefully, remembering that berries are often sweetest after the hard frost. It's also a message of, we're just beginning the winter in the Northern Hemisphere, and this is going to take some time. All right, let's also pull... let's do these first. Okay, so Astro Dice. What do the Astro Dice have to say? So you got Aquarius energy, which is alien, out there, outside of the box. You got to think outside of the box. This is air, genius, epiphanies coming through. You got the moon again, which is ruled by Cancer. If you guys didn't find it, if you didn't say it, it's Cancer. And the 11th house, which is the house of Aquarius energy. And I'm also going to bring forth the fact that Pluto is in Aquarius. Okay. This 11th house energy is often very introverted because there's so much going on in the mental. Okay. They are the highest ascended mental sign. When you start at the zodiac, go all the way around. Aquarius is the last sign in 11th house, and then it goes to Pisces, and it's the last to the next sign. It's Aquarius, then Pisces. So something is not being shown here. There's still a lot that's unknown. The moon is mystical. And sometimes you have to wait. And you started with the full moon and you ended with the new moon here. So this is a cycle of patience. Okay, so we're going to pull from the runes for the water signs. Calling in the Norse goddess Freya. Onakiahu ki hanaku ka shete mu unahaka shete oaiki hona shete mokaha shete. All right. The first one you have is Tiwaz. Tiwaz, meaning the sky god. Warrior, leadership, action, call upon your sky god. Warrior, leadership, and actions will be taken. calling on your galactic team, your soul team, the vibration of sound frequency to help you move and alchemize the situation, to get rid of the narcissism, just like the high priestess would here. This high priestess isn't going to be dealing with no narcissistic BS, you know? But remembering that's also a new energy. This is new energy. The Fool is new energy. That's just the number 2 card. This is the number 0. You know, you're at the beginning stages of this whole thing starting over again. What is this one? Oh, Hagalaz. Hagalaz. You got a Hagalaz for the next rune. That's hail, chaos, uncontrolled, forced, natural disasters, shit that just happens out of the blue. Well, we're used to that, aren't we, water signs? And finally, oh, you have Jera. Jera, meaning the harvest is fruitful. Bring forth the celebration. Prosperity, abundance is coming. So in order to make all of this work, you have to go straight up alien, galactic, mystic, outside of the body, and work in the energy field the physical will not do. Period. That's the end of the story. The physical will not do for you water signs. You must work in your energy field. You must work with your guides. Whoever you're dealing with, whoever this situation, you got to work with their team. You got to work with your own visionary work, remembering that the oneness is within. Okay, thank you to the water signs. Thank you, thank you. I feel like that's just getting louder and louder. I don't know if it's just me, but I just feel like that music just keeps getting louder and louder. Turn it down just a little bit. Is that getting louder, you guys? What's going on here? Okay. Thank you, water signs. Thank you, thank you. We've done earth signs. We've done water signs. And now we're on to air signs. Kelly's Corner. She's on top of it tonight. Thank you so much for everybody that's still hanging in here. Thank you. Okay. I love it. Solier says, love expands and miracles happen. You're welcome. Natalie's here. Hi, Natalie. Very cool. Sorry if I'm missing you guys. Yes, Cancer. Jeremy got it. Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. Okay. Whew. All right, let's go. Let's go. We're going to put all these cards away. And I want to clear. Clear. There we go. Open your heart. Work in the energy field. Work with your guides. Call on the sky gods, water signs, illusions, delusions, confusions. And I kind of feel like that this Knight of Cups, last message, this Knight of Cups here, this love offer, and it doesn't have to be a love offer like, hey, we want to get married. It could be like, hey, you want to go do this with me? Or it could be like a communication that is heartfelt or something. Stop and really tap in to your highest self, highest self now, highest self now, highest self now. Most truest, most divine self now. The original creator of my soul. You can't go wrong with the original creator of your soul. Water signs. Tap in and ask them before you go. Have patience. Don't jump. There's enough people in your life jumping into things, right? So don't be the one to just jump. You got to take your time, take your patience, really work through whatever it is that what's going on, you know? I I feel like you're going to be really pushed to the edge to do something that you may regret. So be cautious and don't jump into it too quickly. Okay. That's right. That's right. You sure do. You're very welcome. Very good. I like that, Jeremy. Okay, so what are we doing next? Fire, I guess. We did earth. We did water. Did we do air? I'm not real sure. Did we do air? I can't remember. What are we doing next? Air. Okay. Thank you. Where'd it go? There it is. Kelly's got it. Okay, good. Air signs. Air signs. I don't know why these are coming in low. It's weird. I gotta go pee, y'all. So y'all gonna have to just stand by for a minute. Sorry. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Hey, Sandy. Okay, here we go. Remember, if you're on TikTok, you can see everything on YouTube. You can see the board, the cards, and everything, although I will flip a few to show you, okay? We've already done water, and we've already done earth, and all of those will be on the replay video on Chanda Sparkles Astrology if you missed those reads. Now we're on air signs. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. Already feeling like something's pulling. Ooh, it's so itchy. Itchy. Lots of energy in the crown. That's twice, I think. Little tingles going on here. All right, let's see what we got, Spirit. Aquarius, Gemini. I gotta put the cards up there, don't I? Aquarius, Gemini. Yes, okay. Sheila. Somebody have a Sheila? There's a Sheila that's coming through. I don't know what that means exactly, but that's the name that's popping. And your animals. Something with your animals. Maybe animal therapies will help you to calm anxieties. Utilizing your animals to assist. Sheila, I don't even know, man, but my light side is lit. I'm just itching all over. Oh, shake out that energy. Oh, okay. Whew. Grandma's muffins. Nose is itching. Somebody may be coming into money. Maybe it's from somebody passing. You're getting an inheritance of some sort, or, you know, somebody's just gifting you some really good resources. All right, first card to pop is the Devil. Sun, Moon, and Rising air signs. You got the Devil to pop. Now remember, this has nothing to do with religion or any of the fables that are told about the devil. This is all about bondage, feeling stuck. It can also be addictions. It can be overindulgence. It could feel like the hammer is coming down. You know, it's like it's an energy of shadow work, like needing to do some shadow work of some sort here. Being trapped, not feeling like you can get out of a situation, or it could just be that you're having some really kinky sex too. It could be like very kinky sex. 10 of Pentacles. Your challenge position here is 10 of Pentacles. Well, that card right there is all about having everything that you could possibly ever need in this 3D realm, and getting to that stage of, you know, you're the elder and you have all your family and your animals. You know, this is a very big, I own the property, I have my shit together, I've got my business, I'm very well rounded, I have finally made it there. Followed by the 9 of Cups, the Wish card. So you get two very good back-to-back cards here. The 9 of Cups also could be, though, indulgence. Overindulgence. Followed by the 4 of Pentacles. Holding on really tight. You know, these two cards sitting right on top of each other, the 4 of Pentacles and the Devil card, Major Life Event, Major Arcana, the Devil, is... It feels to me like there's somebody that just will not let it go. Like they're holding on to everything they've got. You know, like counting their pennies. They may have enough to give, but they're not giving it up. And you're trying to get, this challenge here is to get to that epitome of joy, happiness, earthly abundance in your incarnation. The 9 of Cups, though, is, you know, it is a single card. Your 9s are always like a single card. It's just about you. The 6 of Swords, yeah, moving away. I was kind of wondering if you were going to have to move away from this. So the 6 of Swords says it's time to go. There's your air energy, by the way, okay? So you have earth energy, earth, water, earth, air. Ooh, did you see how that one stood up? Look, it just stood right on up, just like that. Wow. 7 of Swords. Yeah. So there's some trickery. You know, the 7 of Swords is my lion stealing cheating fuckery card. Okay, there's fuckery about. Somebody is not being honest. All you're really wanting is a really nice, peaceful, happy life where you have enough, right? You just have enough. You know, you would love to have all of this wealth and abundance and house and car and everything, but it feels like the shadow is constantly pulling you back, and it's attached to overindulgence and fuckery. It's time to move away from that. Somebody outside of you is really like defensive, like they got a stick up their ass, like they're tight, like they don't want to, this energy is like they don't want to let it go, you know? They're holding on to everything they have. And all you want to do is get out of there and have a simple, joyful, abundant life. But it feels like there's this shadow that just keeps on coming. Well, the Nine of Cups kind of here, you know, this is where you're at right now. So the Nine of Cups is an energy of mystical, emotional joy and bliss. It's the dad that grills out for the whole family, or the mom who makes the turkey and the ham over the holiday season, and maybe she has a little too much to drink. There's a little too much celebration going on there, and it's attached to shadow. And you're not about it. Like, your challenge here is to feel that, you know, look, if you look at this Ten of Pentacles, you'll see there's a family there, you know, and they're working hard on their land. And that family, that's history, you know, that land has probably been in their house, and, you know, all the land has been in their family for eons. The grandma's sitting there, they got the animals and the children, and the woman is working in the field, happily gathering the vegetables and bringing them in and cooking them. The man is working in the yard. They've got kids playing. It's a peaceful, simple lifestyle of abundance. And that is the challenge. That's the energy that you need to be putting out there. That's where you want to go. You're not going to get there if you're overindulging in alcohol, drink, food. You know, you got to realize whoever it is that's holding you back, you've got to move away from that. The Six of Swords is, I know I've got a lot of issues. I've got a lot of anxieties. I've got a lot of problems. You know, and this is mental energy. This is everything in your head. I know I need to move away from this. You know, but it's almost like you're waiting on someone else to kind of get you out of it, to say it's okay to go, or to give you the okay to like have this happen. And then that Seven of Swords at the end. So you begin with the Devil card, and then you end with the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords out of 78 cards, that is the most deceitful lion card in the deck. Somebody is not being honest, and it could also be you not being honest with yourself about the situation. On the bottom, you got the Knight of Cups. We've had the Knight of Cups out a couple of times now. Often the Knight of Cups, yes, it's a love offer, but the Knight of Cups is deceitful sometimes. It's like the playboy that comes and says, yeah, I love you, I want to be with you forever. And look on the bottom of that, you have the Five of Wands. That's petty competition fighting bullshit. You know, it didn't need to get this far. In other words, you didn't have to have it happen that way. You know, it's petty stuff. It's like people being jealous of each other because they're in the same, like one person's accountant and the other one is the owner of the accounting agency, and they get jealous of each other because they're at different levels. So they fight and they bicker and they talk and they gossip, and it's not necessary. And that's already happened. The Knight of Cups comes riding in, and remember, all knights are messages. Things that are coming in, saying things you hear, whether it's a text or an email, or someone speaks it to you, or it's a message that you receive from your divine. But this one here feels very false. It feels like, don't take the offer because it's going to be deceitful. You're not going to get to that epitome of abundance, wealth, simple joy until you have slayed this attachment. And I feel like it's attached to a property, or it's attached to a person that has been very deceitful. And I'm feeling all of this coming through on my night side, which is my shadow side. What is the answer? Okay. So let's see what the cosmic... What is the cosmic insight message? What insights do the cosmics have for this situation? For the air signs, sun, moon, and rising. What do the cosmic insights want to say? Okay, that's it. Vacation. You got, and I'm only going to take 3. So vacation, and then that one was shown. Sexuality. Wow, that's another one. Water sign. Okay, so you got... You will be traveling soon, which this is the travel card. So you got the travel card here, and then this is moving away, taking all your shit, taking everything with you, and going to like calmer waters, getting out of the rough waters. And see this one here? See that one there? That's also, leaving, going somewhere. Someone is still figuring themselves out. Water signs. Kelly Wood, or one of the moderators, please kill the tarot destroyer. Get her out of here. Let me see. Let's ban her. I'm going to ban her right now. Ban. Bye. See you later. Okay, I did it. Sorry. Sexuality. Like, people don't understand who they are at a soul level. They don't understand who they want to be. They're confused. I feel like this is a true, like, confused in who they are. And it could be attached. Like, people get confused about who they are because they get attacked. Attacked and attached. Hooked. The shadow energy hooks in. And you have to see a shaman to clear that unless you are one. If you need to see me, you can always email me. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, anyone with a sun, moon, and rising that's a water sign, this is definitely for you. Or this may be someone who is a water sign, because this right here, this 9 of Cups, this overindulgence, even though it's a true wish card and it's receiving a lot of good stuff, it can also be overindulgence because it's followed here by these cards. And then you have the 7 of Swords, trickery, fuckery underneath it. So this is not the most positive card in this layout. And the Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy may very well... Look at that. On the bottom of this deck, it said air signs. So there you go. You get one extra bonus here. Sometimes air signs with water signs, just depending upon their sun, moon, and rising, sometimes that don't mix well. Most of the time it's earth, energy, and you have to look at all, the sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars. You have to look at all if you really want to get serious about it. But on the basics, earth and water work best together. Air and fire work best together. So this tells me somebody's not working together. This is not good, especially with the fuckery card. And that fuckery card may be attached to a water sign. All things happen in divine timing, right? If it's happening now, it's meant to. Because all we have is right now, if you really want to look at a higher consciousness level. What'd you get? The hawk and the thistle. The hawk and the thistle. So here we go for TikTok. The hawk and the thistle. Remember, TikTok, you can see all the card layout on the split screen over here on YouTube. Link is in the bio. All right, where's the book? There it is. Oh, what does it say? I can't see that. It's so small too. XL1V. XL1V. Oh God. Jeez. Come on, give it to me. XL1X. Okay, that's not it. XL1V. XL. There it is. Found it. Getting better at it. All right. So this is all about being graceful and persistence. Okay. The hawk is keen and vigilant observer, too much so that watchful and hawk-eyed have become synonyms. So watchful and hawk-eyed. An apex predator, the hawk guides gracefully on the wind, its sharp talons ever so ready. The thistle can thrive in a variety of environments, and that's so true. I use that a lot in my apothecary. Thistle is a strong, powerful herb. And you can't hardly kill it once you got it growing. I mean, it's just impossible. From verdant hills to rocky shores, its spiked, stinging leaves protect its radiant power, which perches like a crown upon its stem. You can act fiercely. This is the message. You can act fiercely while maintaining your grace and dignity, and sharpen your talons, but don't lose your crown. Air signs. Not much more need to be said about that. Wow. Holy wow. Okay. For the air signs, we're going to pull on the runes. We're going to do the runes first this time. Calling on the Norse god Odin. There they are. That was quick. All right. You have Anzus. Anzus. Anzus, meaning this is Odin. No wonder they wanted me to go to this first. Isn't that crazy how that happens? Anzus is Odin, the Norse god Odin. Communication, signs, insights, and true vision. Watch the signs. What is the communication saying to you? And then we have Kinnaz, meaning the torch, vision, enlightenment, and your clear seeing. Clear seeing. It's like the hawk. Hawk-eyed. Stay vigilant. Are you seeing things clearly before you make that call, right? Before you accept that offer? Ika, meaning ice. Delays, standstill, stopping, and stagnation. All the runes can also be seen on the split screen TikTok, on Chanta Sparkles Astrology YouTube. Okay. So, graceful persistence, right? Someone's figuring themselves out. You're going to have to realize this is in divine timing. Let's get further from the Astro Dice. What do the Astro Dice have to say to Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Well, there you go. You got Scorpio and the Sun. And this, is that the 6th? Hold on, I can't see. I gotta use these. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I can't see these when it's either 6 or 9. Okay, that's a 9. And a 9. 9th house. Deep, powerful wisdom is here. And something's going to become illuminated. The light is going to shine. It's something is going to be shown to you, but it's going to take you going the distance. The 9th house, traveling far distances. This isn't just about going across your state, but it also means you have to go the distance. So you've got multiple, if you're questioning if you're supposed to leave this situation, yes, absolutely. But you may need to do a lot of effort. You know, and this is the other thing. Scorpio don't do nothing that's not deep, dark, and transformational. You know, it's about transmutation. It's metamorphosis from one existence to another. And it's not easy. But the sun being there, which is ruled by Leo, gives us hope. It's ruled by the heart. It's like, are you following your heart? And I'm hearing, are you paying attention to where Mars is at in your birth chart? Everybody needs to find out where Mars is at in their birth chart so they understand the house placement and the sign, so that they understand what is being worked over in their life from now until April. You know, that retrograde is going to go until February, but then it's got to go through the shadow, and then it's finally got to leave Cancer and go back into Leo. So it's going to be quite a trip. But the 9th house is optimistic and jovial, and it's about the deep guru hidden wisdoms. And it is about long distance travel. And it even could mean leaving the physical body to travel, like astral travel, remote view, looking at these things at a higher consciousness level rather than taking it on the mundane fly. Because this guy over here, this guy that's outside of you, they're not going to let go of nothing. There's not going to be any assistance there. They're very tight ass. And they got to figure their own stuff out. So you're going to have to go maybe with your kid, or maybe with your friend, or maybe with your family, or wherever. Somebody is leaving this situation, traveling away. Even just taking a trip might even help kind of calm all this down. Okay. I think that's it. All right. Getting a little high on the energies. Yes, I am. Thank you to the air signs. Thank you. Thank you. Happy solstice. I have missed you too, Amy. Thank you so much for being here. Coralie says stealthily. Yes. Hi, Coralie. Thank you for being here. Spicy. Know yourself, air signs. The soul doesn't crave, the body does. Ooh, that's good stuff. Very, very good stuff. Very, very good stuff. All right, so now we're going to do the last sign of the night. We've already done earth, we've done water, we've done air, and now we're on to fire sign energy. Did I not put the air up there? Surely I did. I'm sorry if I did it. I can't remember what I'm doing. Okay, so here we go. Remember, why do I keep putting Sandra Isis up there? That little girl, she didn't text me back. If you're getting this on the replay, you're going to get a spanking. Just kidding, Sandra. I love you. Okay, so now we're on to fire. Fire signs, fire signs, fire signs. That's right. Jeremy's on it. All right. I don't understand why these are so low. Okay. All right. Let me gather these up and we'll move on. Clear it out. Clear it out for the fire signs. Remember, everybody that's on TikTok, if you missed any of the reads, these are very long, extensive reads for like, they're at least like, what do you think, 20, 25 minutes a piece, 30 minutes a piece. You can always go back on the YouTube replay, and I'll have the chapters and the timestamps in there, so you can just kind of scroll on over and get your specific read after the replay, after the upload. I'm also going to remind everybody that I would really, really appreciate it if, what in the world, Sandra? That's hilarious. I'm going to have to tell her that later. To remember to, if you haven't yet and you're on YouTube, please minimize me right now while we're changing and hit the like button. And please come back and comment on the replay and let me know what you thought, what resonated, you know, if there's anything that hit your heart. You know, I read all the comments and I try to respond to all of them. I may not do it that moment, but I do get to all of them. Okay. So the fire signs are getting the holographic tarot. These are some of my most favorite cards right here. And in fact, they're saying they're being called, even though these have all been smudged, cleared. I set them in my pyramid. Oh, okay. And always by this time I'm extremely high, and I really kind of like get super loopy at this point. So I'm just really trying to stay on top of this. And I don't do anything. I'm just high on the energy. It's just how it is when you work in spirit. Yeah. Feels good though. Oh, gold digger. Oh my gosh. Ain't nothing but a gold digger. How does it go? Ain't nothing but a gold digger. Dang, I got that song in my head, but I can't sing. Gold digger. Somebody just want to hold on to their stuff. They want your money. You're being used. Ain't nothing but a gold digger. Who sang that song? Was it Black Man? Is it Jamie Foxx that sang that? Ain't nothing but a gold digger. Dang, I'm going to have to pull that up now. My fire moon is like, ain't nothing but a gold digger. Okay, sorry, y'all. Okay, let's go ahead and use the tinctures to clear. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Now I'm seeing him. He's got gold teeth. He's got gold teeth. Crazy. Thank you, Tammy. And Julie's here. Oh, let me get that out of here. Why is that in there? Get that out of there. What in the world? Stop it. Okay. Ain't messing with no broke. Thank you, Julie. She ain't nothing but a gold digger. Ain't messing with no broke. I think that I'm a little off key there, but Kanye West and Jamie Foxx. Thank you. Thank you. I haven't thought of that song in years. I'm going to have to go listen to that after this. Hold on. Where's my pad? I got to write it down. Because as soon as I'm done with this live, I do this. I close the circle and I'll forget half this stuff. Gold digger Jamie Foxx. Okay. Because I will forget. I know it. People, and that's the other thing, y'all. If y'all text me or message me, like, I love it. I love it to get the feedback and everything that you personal message me. So sweet. I love it. But please just put that in the comments on YouTube to help my algorithm. And because, you know, you don't want to be nothing but a gold digger getting free psychic readings. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Okay. What are we doing? Fire signs. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. That's my Aries moon talking. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. My fire signs. You know, Mercury's about to come out of shadow, and he's going to fly through the end of those last degrees for Sagittarius. So you guys really could be getting some serious, like, spirit messages. because you get the trine if you're one of like Aries or Leo. Leo, I know it's been a little bit rough, lots of loss. When Mars is retrograde, it's an all inward rough process. You have until January the 6th. Aries, congratulations, you're almost finished with the North Node and South Node transit being in your opposite sign of Libra. But get ready and buckle the heck up, especially those that are born anywhere between the 1st and the 9th of, well, the 1st and 9th, 1st through 9th degrees, because you got Neptune coming, then you got Saturn coming, and this is going to rock your world. Like this, we got this Aries eclipse that's happening in March that's going to be, I've never seen anything like it. It's going to be freaking mind-blowing what's coming. Okay. Fire signs. Let's go. What do we got? All of a sudden, I'm feeling like my throat hurts. I'm feeling like it's closing. Like I feel like there's something going on here with my throat. So you may need to do some throat chakra balancing. Look up throat chakra toning. Tone it out. Sing light-coded songs. Even if you can't sing the song necessarily, maybe you don't know the words, get you, like Apple Music or Spotify or something and read the lyrics. Look up on YouTube, free videos. Find the song that you like and put lyrics and sing it in the morning. Blow out your throat chakra. It's so good to sing. So good to move that energy, okay? And 2, tightness of the throat can also be like you're feeling like you're getting cut off, like you're getting hung. Think of a rope, like you're in the noose, So be cautious for that as well. Okay, and I'm also getting, it's almost like, so like, I know the guys aren't going to get this, but maybe you can try to envision and understand it. It's like when you got mascara and it's sticky, it's like sticky mascara, and it's almost like there's little lines, almost like if you had honey on your eyelashes and it sticks and it makes these little lines. And it's almost like, that's kind of like what I'm feeling for you. And I'm getting the third eye. So it's like something is cutting you off, and something is making it where you don't see clearly, and you need to use your third eye. You need to see, well, not with these eyes, see with inner eye, pineal gland, plus a heavy metal detox would be good for you, and flush out your pineal. And you can always research all that. Let's go. Queen of Pentacles in the house. Oh my God, you can't see the board. There we go. Queen of Pentacles up in the house. These cards are very reflecting, so I need to pull down the brightness. No, not me. Wrong camera. Golly, I need a damn producer up in this place. I need an assistant so bad. It's not even funny. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's not it either. Oh my God. Let's get there, and then let's pull this down. These are really bright cards, so I apologize. Why it does that, I don't know. But I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Okay, so there you go. See how it's kind of like reflective? Yeah. You could always do mushrooms and come watch me. You would probably have a ball. Put me up on your big screen. Okay, so Queen of Pentacles, and I'm just joking. That was a total joke. I'm not advocating to do that. It's being funny, lightening the load like a funny Sagittarius would. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, this is grounded earth energy. This is the mother energy. She takes care of business. She takes care of the household. She takes care of the family. She knows who she is. She wears the crown on her head properly. But she's also I'm holding these upside down. She's also very distinguished in what she does. She knows what she's done. She's very passionate about what she does. But often she does it alone. You know, she goes it alone, even though she's got family and maybe she has, you know, relatives or friends or whatever tribe, people she works with. It's a solo journey for the Queen of Pentacles. Like, she knows she's the only one that can handle everything. You know, she's very disciplined and determined, very practical and logical as she moves through life. Followed by the challenge position here. This is the Four of Cups, and then we have the Moon card. I don't even know how many times the Moon card has come out, but I know it's come out multiple times tonight. So if your sun, moon, and rising is, say, an earth sign, you might want to go check back and see the other reads, because you may have messages there. Okay, so this moon, I want more. Thank you. Challenge position is saying you're bored of something. You really don't want this. Coming in from outside of you is the Lovers, Gemini energy, Earth, Water. Could be Pisces or Scorpio energy, the moon. Or, I'm sorry, Cancer or Scorpio energy with this moon. And then the Lovers is Gemini energy. So you have two major life event, major arcanas on the board already. And this is your challenge position. This is an energy that comes in from outside of you that challenges you, something unexpected. This is your overall challenge. So, I feel like there's just something that you're just not into, and you're just done with it. Like you've had enough. Like, and it's like the universe keeps offering this to you. You keep getting this offer of things. See how the universe comes in and it offers you something. It's a cup of love. But you're like, I'm cool. I've got these 3 cups on the ground. I don't really want to do this. But I also call this my hangover card, because the 3 of Cups is all about celebration. And here we are at the 4 of Cups, and you're like, dude, I can't do this shit no more. I just need a nap. The moon says, look deep within. The moon has an eclipse in this deck. You see how the moon is eclipsing the sun here? Okay. So this is like eclipse energy. There's a void. You may be feeling a void. You know, it's like, I don't really know what I want to do. I'm feeling kind of like in this space of unknown, and I'm not real sure. And I feel like a lot of the time when you get the Lovers coming in from outside of you, this Gemini energy is like, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this. And it's like you need to unify. But Lovers can also be, you know, see how Gabriel is coming down to oversee Adam and Eve here, right? But then they got this little mountain, this little volcano in the back that's about to explode. You know, and they're not even paying attention to that. They're standing there naked and bare-skinned and humbled and vulnerable. You know, it's a vulnerability, and it's a young energy. It's a youthful energy. Something that you really are not going to be balanced with. I don't feel like. I don't feel like that's where you want to be. I feel like there's a lot of pressure because you have the 7 of Wands. A lot of things coming at you, a lot of people coming at you, a lot of experiences, a lot of things you got to do. You got to do this and this and this and this, and it becomes too much. Oh, Shinaki no t-shirt amonai. No kai shitim. You got the 10 of Cups to conclude it. That's damn near the best card in the deck other than the Sun card. This is complete emotional fulfillment after all the bullshit. Okay? Complete emotional fulfillment after all of the BS that you had to deal with. But I feel like this is going to take you in a place of the unknown, while you're trying to stay all stable. Like you're trying to just keep it all together. Like you're just trying to keep your crown on. You're like, good, I'm good. I got my work, I got my life, I got my kids, my family, everything. You know, everything I'm keeping situated in this nice little bundle. The universe keeps coming in and going, hey, hold on, try this. Or here, let's do this. And you're like, I don't know. It's a long journey. And I'm in the void right now. And I'm not real sure. I can't see. You know, it's like creeping up out of the sea. See how the scorpion or the crab, you can call it whatever, creeping up out of the sea. And then you have the domestic dog and the wolf. You know, you have duality going on here. Lots of duality going on here. And you're still very unsure. And I think you're unhappy with some of these offers. I feel like you've been fighting your own self, to be honest with you. And you don't see the beauty and the love and the amazing things that are coming. On the bottom, you got 7 of Wands. You know, you got trickery, fuckery, lying, stealing, cheating. This guy, this is a classic. We got that twice tonight, I believe. This guy, he takes what he has to take. And he doesn't care. You know, he's just going to take what he has to take. I feel like you're feeling as though you're going to get screwed over again from these offers. And honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. The Lover's card, I'm not a big fan of it in this situation. Sometimes I'm a little iffy about this Lover card. Because I feel like, you know, if it was in divine love, like a sacred union that was meant to be, that was coming in from outside, like it's being offered outside of you. You know, this isn't something you manifest. It's something that comes in. I feel like if it was so divine and so perfect, you wouldn't be worried about taking these offers, and you wouldn't have so much ecliptical energy. Eclipses eclipse people, places, and things in and out of our lives. Every time something happens, especially if it's hitting you on your chart. That's why it's important for you to know your chart and follow along, you know, weekly when I'm doing these updates. But I do feel like you've been fighting yourself. Like normally all of these would be other people coming at you, other things happening, blah, 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 which that could be true here. But I feel like really in this situation, it's you. You don't want to see it. Why? Why is the fuckery there? Why are you allowing the fuckery to get all up in your head? Because remember, this is a head. Ooh, you got the 6 of... This is a celebration. This is getting accolades. This is you. Go, fire signs. You did it. We're proud of you. We're watching you. We see all the hard work that you're putting in. This is amazing. But that's in the past. And now there's fuckery. I think that you've got to realize that the good stuff will only come. Look how he's looking back at the good stuff that's to come. Okay? I feel like you're the fuckery. I feel like you're deceiving your own self in this whole situation because you can't see clearly. And the offer is coming from the universe, but you don't want to take it. And it keeps coming. Something keeps coming. Something is continuously being offered, but you're scared to do it because you've been messed over. You've had fuckery. You've had bondage in the past. You've had lies, deceit. You know, these relationships that you've had make you just want to go it alone and master it. The Queen of Pentacles is the most wealthiest. And I'm not just talking about abundance and money, but yes, abundance and flow. Like they know they stuff. They know their craft. They master it. They continue to educate themselves. They are the CEO of their life. You are the CEO of your life. You don't want to lose everything you've already had, but you're scared to take the chance. Stop fighting yourself. Realize this card don't come out. 78 cards and you got one of the best cards in the deck. Look at that. Happy family, happy life, happy wife, happy husband, living by the river in the country, hosting beautiful events, whatever it might be. You know, you are those. You could be your kids, your grandkids, your animals. You know, everything is freaking rainbow frequency, baby. Stop deceiving yourself. Stop fucking yourself over. Let's see what the Cosmic Insights have to say. What's that one upside down? Oh, yeah, I threw it in there. Ain't nothing but a gold digger. Ain't nothing but a joke. And a broke. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. And there's more. These are all mixed up. Hold the bus. I ain't having all this crazy cards. I wasn't paying attention earlier, y'all. Stand by. This is for you to absorb your fuckery. And I'm speaking to myself. Sorry, that wasn't you. Hey, I'm an Aries fire sign. All right, so yeah. I'm sorry, I'm an Aries moon sign. I can see this. All right, here we go. Gold digger. After all that shuffling, after all that mess, all those cards. Somebody cue Jamie Foxx. You know, I mean, come on in, sir. Show me your gold teeth. Where are you? Step up. I rarely drop cards either. That's a little bit telling right there. What is it? What is it? Open your heart. It will help you attract more love. Open your heart. It will help you attract more love. Confession. Someone has something to tell you. Careful for the gold digger who is gonna make you brokey, brokey, brokey. Embody the Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Earth energy, fire signs. Don't be all flighty. You know, you got to really pull it in. Pull it in. All right, let's also see. Wait a minute. We're moving too fast here. Let's also find out what, oh God, I can't even think. What the Woodlands and Wardens have to say. What do the Woodlands and Wardens have to say for the fire signs? What do the Woodlands and the Wardens have to say? Shh. Shh. It's so loud right now. Shh. Frog and the Lotus. You got the frog and the lotus. Frog and the lotus. Frog and the lotus. Please double tap the screen, TikTok. And if you want to see all cards, they are on Chanda Sparkles Astrology. YouTube. Okay. V1. Thank you, Spirit, for giving me an easy one. All right. The frog and the lotus. You ready for the frog and the lotus? Here, I can turn it up a little bit now so you can see it better. There we go. I got this board all crazy. Y'all got to realize if you're new, by the end, when we get to the last side, it's no holds barred with Spirit. It just kind of happens. All right. Oh, lots of tingles on my right side. That's my night side. That's my shadow side. All right. This is all about metamorphosis. Okay. This is going from one state of being to another. This card reminds us that the change is natural. Rebirth is possible. And healing balance can be achieved. The frog, developing as from a tiny tadpole, symbolizes transformation. The lotus flower, too, symbolizes rebirth, unfurling even amid murky waters. Going through such a change can be difficult and a struggle, but resulting metamorphosis opens us to growth, self-acceptance, and happiness. You may consider what in your life, please consider what in your life needs changing and think about the steps you take to achieve that change. You owe it to yourself to allow your own growth and rebirth. Remember, okay, change is part of nature. We're always going to be ever changing, okay? And you can't control metamorphosis. The tadpole does not know nor will even have a thought that he's about to turn into a frog. He just does. He just does. All right, so let's also see what the Astro Dice have to say. What are the Astro Dice? Further messages, further understanding for the lovely fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you got the sun. I believe we got the sun last time too, on the air signs. So you may have an air, moon, rising, whatever. You want to go check out that for sure. And then we have the 10, which is the house of the Queen of Coin. That's Capricorn, and that's where we're at in Capricorn. Sun just moved into Capricorn today. And we have Libra, balance, love, relationships, values, and surrender, compromise. You know, if you want your light to shine, what your heart, what lights you up truly in what you do and what you know. What are you known for out in the world? What is it that people are going to speak about when you cross? Oh, she did blah, blah. He was blah, blah, blah. That's up to you now. And sometimes you need to learn internal balance. Stop fighting yourself, fire signs, and just allow. Just be the damn tadpole that turns into the frog. And ribbit a ribbit. Okay. The Norse god Odin and Freya say, let me pull this over here so I can see it a little bit better. I almost have all these memorized, but this one sometimes I forget. And then I'm still a little high, so I can't remember. So this would be Wango. Is that right? Or is it this way? This one always throws me. I don't understand. Maybe it's my dyslexia, but this one always makes me feel like I'm looking at it wrong. Oh, all right. That's fine. We're going to go with what I think it is. And if it changes in a minute, it'll let me know. So we have... That doesn't look like that. There it is. Therizas, meaning the thorn, defiance, protection, and conflict. Therizas. Aren't you glad you waited for all that shit? Okay. And then Burkano, meaning birch, nurturing, caring, empathy, mother, grown, the birth of fertility. There's your metamorphosis, birthing. Okay. Birthing. It's not going to be easy to give birth to the new you. Othala, meaning inheritance. Look, see? I mean, it's right there. Inheritance. Okay? This is the family of inheritance. This would be like having everything you need. Traditions, culture, your family, values, and this is like that passed on wisdom, passed on knowledge, which also just so happens to be the 10th house and this Queen of Pentacles. So that is your answer. If you want further information and, you want to really understand your process a little bit further, I would highly recommend all fire signs go study the 10th house and Capricorn. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We love you so very much. This has been wonderful. It's been amazing to be with all of you tonight. Thank you if you've made it this far. This has been one of our longer ones just because, that's how it rolls sometimes. So I love you all very much. We will be seeing you when I see you. I don't know if I'll be here next Tuesday. I'm not real sure yet. I may. I don't have any plans for Christmas Eve. I have plans for Christmas night. So I don't know. I may pop on and do something if I feel called. And if I don't, I won't. Maybe it's next weekend. Who knows? So anyway, I'm keeping it very chill for this holiday season. And I'm loving connecting in with all of you. And thank you to TikTok. I love you guys. I'll see you the next time. I'm going to go ahead and sign off right here. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night. Oh, okay. Remember, these holidays are going to have this expansion and this retraction. It's going to be like this push and this pull, and it's going to be like 2 steps forward, 2 steps back kind of energy as we inch closer to this dark moon in Capricorn. Remembering, before we get to Capricorn, the moon has to go through Libra, currently in Libra, and then into Scorpio. It's going to be a scorpionic Christmas. So who knows? I may very well jump my own Scorpio butt right on here next Tuesday to do something, because often when the moon is in Scorpio, I'm feeling pretty good, emotionally anyway. But this is, okay, it's going to take 3 nights. It's always 3 nights until the sun starts to tilt, because right now the sun tilts away from the earth, right? And now it's kind of like positioning itself forward. So it's going to take a little bit of time. So today, tomorrow, and the next day, then you're going to start to feel a little bit momentum of this darkness lifting. But utilize, there's so much love in the darkness. There's so much love. Just like the nutrients way beneath the swamp that give life to the lotus flower at the top. Without that darkness, we wouldn't have life. So love the darkness. Live it, swim it, and metamorphosize your ass. Remember, it's okay to be a tadpole until it's not. And there's one other quote I'm going to give you from my mentor, Rev Shar. And that is, it is what it is until it isn't. Walk in the light and spread the sparkle. I love you. In Lakesh. Namaste.